what? It felt like for them to hit the right stride, the right synergy, the right flow state in that way of winning, because they haven't yet. So now that they know what it feels like, is that going to be a factor in them versus DRX?
I mean, I think a big thing for me is after we spoke to them after their win, they were all so confident that they were going to run this
We're going to demolish them. That's what XQQ said.
They were feeling so good. They were already talking about Santiago like they made it. So crazy confidence coming out from this team, but I kind of love to see it.
And it feels really good if you do lose the first map, which we see in so many series recently. If you lose the first map, we're quite a specialist in that one, and then you go and win map 2 and 3.
Yeah.
It also shows that you could bounce back after losing the first map, and it does bring a lot of confidence. Like, so then it does make sense of Zeta's afterwards feeling like, okay, well, even on a day where we felt like everything maybe wasn't going our way, we did start off poorly, then we could band together and then we could talk about it and we fix things inside the match, right? We're talking about fixing things or learning from your mistakes. It's really nice if you can learn from map 1 and then implement it fast enough for map 2 and map 3 to still win this series, right?
Yeah, there were a lot of things that were working for Zeta Division. I think, Ewok, you wanted to point out a few rounds as well with regards to this, because it looks like there were some things in their strategy that were working really well for them.
Yeah, for sure. We'll take a look at the Telestrator here. Zeta, for me, has been a team that we spoke about on the macro side. There's actually pretty good understanding. They did quite a lot of aggro rounds on their defense, where they go here and they do go get their pickoffs. This is especially when we've seen a lot of success with teams that they bring out the operator on bind defense. But when you don't have the operator yet, there's a lot of other ways where you can turn the defense side into an advantage for you with pushes like this. And when they weren't pushing, then when there was a lot of ultimates, so they were doing the pushes a lot of times when there were ultimates to try and like even the field when they're going into the round where they feel like they don't have the advantage or they're at disadvantage. The other thing is that they would just sometimes go the 3-1-1, similar to the Talon pistol or a Q pistol as well. Then they would just go rotate really fast towards the side that got initial pressure. So there were a lot of signs that they were beforehand. They were talking about, okay, these are the ultimates that they have. This is the situation. What should we do? And then unfortunately, sometimes they're in the right position, but then they're just not really hitting their shots or not closing out the round, unfortunately. And that's where the firepower is going to have to come in, because the thought process and the macro, a lot of time, it is there for Zeta, but we need to see them hit their shots and close out the round. So we'll take a look at some of those rounds.
Yeah, I think that, they take a while to heat up here, but as we can see, they can.
So they go for the aggro play and they're going to get there, because this one was really nice with the Sky Flash that's going through. You need to be going for these aggro plays with the Sky Flash and the Waylay. And then they're going to go again. They're going to be going for another aggro a little bit later in the next round as well. And then also, after you have all of these aggro plays, and in this one, they're just going to be moving towards the side where there's pressure first. And if you do get it wrong of the side which is pressure first, then you just push out through as well, going onto the flank. This one, they get through onto the side, and they get the kills. All of a sudden, there's 4 of them on the side.
Yeah. I mean, I think when this kind of setup works, where you're sitting back in spawn, it feels so horrible to play against, because wherever you go, there's 4 people.
Yeah, so there's going to be a clip after this one as well, where if you do go to the wrong side first, then you can just push through and go onto the flank, and then it turns into a retake instead. So the plans are there. And then also, if you've done all of these aggro plays, then you bring out the operator. Here you can say Eco's on the operator. Now, Team Secret's sitting further back because they're waiting for aggro, but now you're just giving so much space for the operator to get into a good position to try and pick you off in your defense.
Yeah, so this is the one where they're going to start flanking behind, right? Because they go to the wrong side. So I think it's so important that you can mid-round from these kind of setups, because that's the interaction of the coach and the IGL, right?
Yeah.
The coach can't change what's happening in that mid-round. They just have that overarching structure. So I think it does show good synergy. But like you say, it's all about how can they hit their shots. Because all the structure in the world doesn't mean anything if you're not clicking the heads.
Yeah, absolutely. Firepower is going to be a big question for Zeta here, and that's exactly why we're hoping all of these players pop off. I think they need a little bit of time. They usually start really heating up later on.
Yeah.
But I just hope that it's not too late at that point, especially since they're up against a team, DRX, that absolutely needs no time at all to heat up. This team, of course, has been, one of the most winningest teams in Pacific history. And of course, as defending kickoff champions, they want to make sure the trophy begins with them.
Yeah, I mean, they are undoubtedly the favorites heading into today. We've seen so much from this group of players. Third place at Champs last year is no small feat. I mean, Hyunmin in the past has really taken over games, but this is a team that's had that little bit of a slow start. They found themselves down
Yo, yo,
here
yo,
in
yo,
the low
yo.
bracket. Really not where they want to be. They've
Good
had
morning,
a
everyone.
bit of a rough off-season,
Wait, let me
making
turn on my
last-minute
camera.
changes, and now Bane is the one in
Ew.
that IGL role.
Kind of wonder if,
DRX,
Bane and Hyunmin have a different
DRX,
idea of the
DRX, let's
symbol.
go!
I just can't help but like look. They're
Good morning, everyone.
Two of these are not like the
Hello,
others.
Inconsistent, hello, Main Titans, hello, Sonata, hello, Trigger, hello, Yashified, hello, Still Daddy.
That is
Hello,
part of
Def
the
Lotus.
branding, and then freeing kind of like
Hello,
doing a little bit in the middle and
who did I miss?
Slightly off-center.
Yashified.
Kind of offset this. But
Hello,
yeah,
Mini Titans.
Close enough. Close enough. We got it. They won't notice. But yes, we do. But no, it's a valid
do
point,
or die,
especially
guys.
because Bane is now the IGL.
It's
a
do
different
or
flavor
die.
to DRX.
So does
We
my
know
mouse say
that
because
this
it's
team,
literally
has
losing
gone
battery.
many,
So I
many
better plug it in.
rosters in the past, but of course Mako has seen through all of them. But having Bane as the IGL is also something that the team has to get used to.
Yeah, I think it's going to take some figuring out. One thing
I just realized that Voldemort is not blocked by my office firewall. I think I can lurk more often.
We can see here he's at his 20th
What even better, if you're gonna write on Voldemort, you even get me paid. Look at that shit. Much appreciated. Yes,
I think that really speaks to his
I
own
also got the
individual
jersey,
level.
by the way. I just didn't put it on yet.
Even since moving to IGL, he's had massive maps. I do think
I'm just
he's
gonna-
able to manage this
I
burden
just put it
very
out.
well.
Wait.
It's just about syncing
Okay.
up with the team.
Yeah, I think we spoke
Look.
about they just need a little bit more time, right? Termi
I just got my
saying
shit.
that there was such a
Literally
quick
don't know how it
turnaround
looks
for them
yet.
for Hermes to come in. So for them, it does make sense that this triple elimination, they need that, right?
Yeah.
They need a little bit more time. So I kind of understand why they're here. It's quite a
There's the
tall
jacket.
mountain for them to climb coming into kickoff. It's not easy for the team and the coaching staff. But I think especially DRX after that first
With my
series,
name on
they
it.
had a quieter one, and then since then they've been looking a little bit more like DRX of old, right? We're seeing maybe sometimes them lacking.
It's a
little bit of
windbreaker.
firepower as well,
Oh,
to
the
be
logo.
honest.
Oh
If they're
shit,
not
look.
all fragging, but if Bane is adding with the firepower,
The
there,
logo
then
is
it's a
like
lot more of a scary.
embossed.
Yeah,
You see this?
firepower, the hype man, and now
It's
the
like really
IGL,
thick.
He's basically the guy who can do it all. For
And it has
DRX.
like a
We're taking a look at some of
reflexive
the data
color.
strategies earlier, but of course DRX.
Yeah.
They have a
And then we have the
massive,
jersey.
massive playbook by now.
So one thing I really want to talk about is their split, because they've kind of come into this tournament with two different ideas. So when we first saw their split, they were running this double duelist. Now this is very in line with the meta. So I want to talk about the ideas of like what teams try to do
Same.
when they run this.
Same
double
on the
duelist
logo
and
here.
how it can be
Very
successful
nice.
And how it can kind of fall flat.
Same on the logo
I
here.
think your defense is a little bit harder. Oftentimes you're really looking to secure these kind of deep lines with your operator, and you're looking to be able to rotate fast with that
Ooh, it's
Yori,
really
with
thick.
that neon, and you have a lot of ability to kind of fight, but you don't have a lot of information, so you need to shut the map
Ah,
down with these
not
kind
this
of
button.
lines.
Here we go.
Otherwise, you're often
Wait,
put
I'll put
the
it on.
back foot. And then when we look across to that attacking half, double duelist is that little bit nicer, but we see a lot of sort of maybe like 1-0-4 setups, or you can invert this. In general, you want to stay kind of grouped as a big pack because you don't have a lot of util to be able to fight. So if you want to go into A, for example, you want to kind of control all of this space, and then you're looking to burst in from there. If you have to use too much util for this kind of scribbled out area here, you find it hard to be able to break through those barriers. And I think for some teams that can be very effective.
Hello, Cinco.
Other teams, they can end up stalling out. So if we roll the clip here
Gonna
now,
put the
and I'll
jacket
show you how
somewhere behind
this
me
kind
so
of
it's visible.
didn't work out too well for DRX. You can see everybody massively grouped up outside A here. So this is a trade-off of map control for power. Basically, they want the maximum amount of utility and power that they're able to get, and they sacrifice map control for that. So they control all of A ramp, they control all of A lobby, but just watch how Full Sense managed to rotate in. They get people across
Time
this
to make
side
a-
so fast because
time
there's
to
no
make a photo,
pressure
one moment.
anywhere else across the map. The Viper is here, there's like 4 people on that site, so you just get stalled out, you're not able to kind of go back and forth. So, then what we see next from DRX, if we're able to pull up the telestrator again, is they swap. They change compositions, they move across to a double initiator comp with Sky Tail. A very, very different look because it's all about information and it's all about utility. So on attack, you're able, instead of being that kind of, 1-4 approach, you might go 1-3-1, you can swap that round, and then you're looking to use util to control the map. So you're looking to smoke, you control heaven,
good
and then you can kind of rotate back and forth based on what you need. Or even, you might even swap this. You can go like 1-1-3. You
Wait,
take
my
all
hair
of
looks
this
awful.
space with utility, like they were trying to do before that execute, but then you have the options to come back because you're still able to control these other parts of the map. And then when we think about defense, it's a lot less about controlling those deep lines in a way. It's much more about
Actually, I'm gonna do photo like this with my tit.
other util to kind of find that information. So a more typical setup, it might be something like this, where you're a lot more spread out across the map. You're ready to
Oh,
rotate,
come on.
and your initiators generally play
Are you kidding me?
areas towards the middle of the map to get information in these deep mains and deep mid to inform
Are
those
you
robots.
shitting me
So
right
if you
now?
roll that clip, I'll show you exactly how this works for DRX, and I think I like this style a lot more from them. So look at this, very spread out
Ja
across the map.
pierdolę.
Tail drone into A main to clear it, control that space. At the same time, Sky dogs into B main and tries to pressure that chamber. Then the Seekers come out. You have a wealth of information now. DRX know where they are. You know that they're not up in A main, they're not up in B main. You know the group of that is in mid, and they're able to rotate there to take the fight to their opponents there. So I think Bane works better as an IGO when he has all of that information. They didn't get the win again when they played this composition though, so I'm curious, do they double down on it? Do they back themselves, or are they going to kind of panic and move back to that double duelist? I think there are a lot of questions for DRX, but I think they understand their styles quite well, and I want to give credit to Bane because I think he
Guys, I'm gonna mute myself for a moment, okay?
Changes that he's been put through.
And if you think about it, he was that player that played agents that require a lot of information or that give a lot of information. So it's almost like he's spreading this out to the rest of his team. So it is also like how we're seeing DRX evolve because of the change in IGL and because of the change in the rosters, and it's really nice to see. It also gives me a lot of confidence because this means DRX evolving. That's actually pretty scary.
Yeah.
I would take that.
For me, it's a little bit more of a counterpoint to that. I'm a little bit more worried because those two
Uwaga,
are two
uwaga.
very different comps. The
W
first one, the
wykryto zagrożenie.
where the bodies are the ones that are giving you information, and
Yeah.
so
It's still
if you
fucking
have
going
forward
on in the
control,
background,
so
by the way.
Your rook can rotate fast, right? Both have a fast rotate tool to get to the right side, and then you swap over to a double drone. So now you don't play in front; you can play further back. But even in that clip that we saw, they used both drones at the same time, right? That is. For us, we used to have a protocol where it's complete no-no if you play, for example, a Teo and a Sova using both drones at the same time because you're finding info on both sides. And if you're finding info on both sides and both get broken, you're still back in the same position where you don't really know where to rotate.
Nothing happens.
Right?
basically.
So now I'm a little bit worried is because they changed to a comp that plays completely different to the original one. Have they had enough time with it? Yes, they beat Varel, but after that, then they lost again.
Yeah.
Right. So now you're asking the good question, right? Are they going to double down on it, or are they going to go back to the original? But going back to the original also kind of sucks,
Yeah,
right? It feels
I-
really weird. If you already felt like that's not working, why did you move away from it in the first place?
Yeah,
right?
I'd rather them stay with what they had. I think they had them. I think they had a lot of rounds that were right with that double
agreed.
initiator, and I think that with some refining, I think they can make that work more easily than double duelist. You know, I think maybe when Flashback was in the team, that double duelist had a lot of punch,
Yeah.
but I don't think Hermes is familiar enough kind of with that style. Him and Hyunmin as a combination isn't quite as smooth yet, so I'm very curious if we see Split today and what kind of compositions they bring.
Yeah, and we talked a lot about Zeta's firepower or lack of thereof. So I think that going into this, of course, Bane is going to have a tough task
Yeah.
to be able to
Bro, it's still
outplay
going
and,
on.
you know, basically outfrag everybody on Zeta.
Yeah,
I'm
I think
gonna
this
try to
head-to-head
call
is
security in the
really,
building
really
and
key
get to know
today.
what's going on,
Bane
man.
is in that IGL role. His kind of counterpart on those initiators is XDL. We've seen big maps from both of these, but also pretty poor maps from both of these.
Yeah.
I think the individual needs to step up here, and I think it's about understanding their role as well. I think this head-to-head is so crucial for today to enable to support their more aggressive players.
Yeah, definitely having an info initiator that frags heavy makes
Oh,
such a
it's
big difference.
massive.
But you see RQ right now, they're flying and Cushy's at the top of the stats.
Yes.
Right? And same for DRX, when they won kickoff, then it was Freeing that was on top of the stats with the Teo. If you do have the info initiator that's fragging, that's giving you so much fragging power, together with your smoker and then your main duelist, it just changes the whole game for your team. So if these two guys can have big maps today, I think for each of them, they can really be the reason why their team wins today.
Yeah, of course, the maps are going to be very important. But for now, like based on what you've shared, Morgan, and what you've shared as well, Ewok, what do you think? I mean, we're looking for a lot of firepower from ZETA, and we're looking at a DRX that is slowly shifting and evolving. But how does that, what kind of DRX do you think we're seeing up against ZETA?
I mean, I think for me, it's all about the individuals on DRX. I need to know who is going to step up. And on the same side for ZETA, I think when you're the underdogs like this, I want to see them disrupt. I want to see them be aggressive, really not let DRX settle into the game. We do have the map video coming out. ZETA Division picking Haven now. For DRX, this is a map we've not seen from them yet. So how do you feel about this for ZETA?
ZETA is going to go into the unknown here, so I think that's going to be interesting. Well,
yeah, bro, of course it's a false alarm, right? It's of course it's a false alarm. Fuck me, man. Sorry, I'm gonna mute myself because I cannot speak and you guys like hearing this shit all the time, right? So, sorry for a second.
Definitely felt that there was some weakness from ZETA. From my POV, I'm looking at it, oh, they had some good macro, but they were not winning rounds, right? So they're looking at that and thinking there's something to exploit, and then Split being the decider, both teams feel like they're kind of comfortable to go on to Split. It makes sense for ZETA, that one. For DRX, I'm curious what they're going to do for Split.
Yeah, I mean, I think this retake can be very good for DRX. It's just that Haven is that little bit more of an unknown. And again, you know, we've seen teams try different styles there, so big question mark for me. But I think the guy I want to see get firing is Hermes. I mean, I think he's had big games, so I think if he gets himself into the game, DRX will be feeling good.
He seems to be at a bit of an access point for DRX also, because coming in as the new guy, of course, you have Bane as the new IGL, but as a new guy, you get to add that new flavor into this team, all right? But hey, I'm all for lots of flavors here today. I mean, you have ZETA taking on DRX in our first match of the day. So let's send it to the stage to kick off today's matches. More elimination matches to come. Let's find out who is going home and who's staying.
Still in the background, by the way. Still in the fucking background. Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I cannot speak like that's going on.
Here in VCT Pacific, first up, we've got ZETA Division taking on DRX. ZETA looked pretty convincing against Team Secret, and I'm sure that gave them renewed confidence. But today, it's DRX. ZETA hasn't taken a win off of DRX in a really long while. And with a lot of new faces up against the core of DRX, can ZETA even make it out of this?
There's some smiles for ZETA on this one. They're definitely coming in with renewed confidence. They got their win against Team Secret, and now they're coming in to DRX that is also going through some changes. So we'll definitely see a game where ZETA have a very good chance today to take down the giant of Korean Valorant in DRX.
That's exactly what XQQ shared as well. He feels like DRX, if there's a good time to strike, it's probably
100%,
now.
Yeah.
But of course, this is the kickoff stage, and this is DRX. They've taken this before. I'm pretty sure Mako's like, we've done this before. We can do this again. This DRX has gone through many iterations before, but something that's never changed is that they're always one of the top teams of Pacific.
Yeah, DRX coming into today as the favorites. They have no doubt about that. Hyunmin's wearing the wingman hat. He's about to activate. He's channeling that champ's form. He's going to try and bring that back. This has been a DRX that haven't quite found their footing. There's no two ways about it. They've had last-minute changes, lots of shifts, and they're trying to stabilize. So,
bro, still the alarms in the background. And why I didn't get this jersey? DRX, are you kidding me? Why I didn't get this jersey? God damn, man.
Purple-ish shade.
Special edition jersey?
Yeah.
If I have it right?
Yeah. I think it is. It's like you always have that iconic blue, and then it comes out purple. It's like, wait, Paper X? No, DRX. You kind of just associate it. But of course, as you mentioned, you have high energy from both of these teams, and I see like all smiles as well from Mako. I read, by the way, that Mako
It's some
is, like,
collaboration jersey, no?
more reactive, have a little bit more stage.
There are like animals in the background.
That's something he's trying to improve.
We get to see the gentle giant stand up and
Yeah,
BM. That's what I hope.
Oh, that is going to be a milestone in Pacific if we actually see Mako standing up and actually, like, you know, saying something to the other team. Can you just imagine?
Oh, I'd love that.
Lot
I
of
would
not
love
received
that
the
so
latest
much.
jersey.
It's just so
They
unlucky
probably
that
didn't
once
make this
again,
jersey
we'll
when
be
I got mine.
starting off on Haven. For DRX, this is an entirely unknown, yet to play it. Here in kickoff, we just spoke about the variety of styles this team has showed. So it is a really big question. You know, Termi has always been a fantastic coach, held in very high regard.
We'll check the website in a moment.
Last year, because they figured out Teo before anyone else. He has good reads on the meta.
Fuck
so
me.
I really am curious what way they shift this.
Yeah, there's been a couple of times where they cooked, sometimes a little bit overcooked, and sometimes the perfect amount of cook. But at the moment, the one thing I do have a little bit of a feeling for DRX, that this game has a little bit more pressure for I feel like there's a little bit more expectation going into this game for them, where they're expected to go much deeper in this tournament, where ZETA can have a little bit more of a free feeling in terms of just go out there and give it to DRX. Go give your best performance here, and then just take that confidence from Team Secret right now.
No, you're absolutely right, because DRX, as we mentioned, they're the defending kickoff champions.
Yeah.
They want to make sure that they step onto that stage and they're at least, you know, making it to Santiago or lifting that trophy. But DRX with the breach, Tejo.
Okay, ZETA is just playing RQ comp, so let's talk about DRX.
Yeah,
Bro, there's still
double
fucking alarm in the background. I'm sorry, guys, man.
Not an agent we really see
like we have a breach with Waylay Tejo. Like we just went back in time, guys. We just literally back went in time. Might catch ZETA off guard very heavily.
Control, and the first thing that I thought it looks kind of similar to the Abyss comp that Fnatic used to play at Champs, where it was the Astro for them instead.
It is. I'm very curious what they've got cooked up for this, because it's a very, very old school approach with that breach. It will be all about setting up Hyunmin with this kind of powerful util tool set, really, but we don't see this anymore. I'm very curious if ZETA have, you know, practiced against a breach recently, to be honest.
Well, and maybe they do remember if there was this comp was a little bit meta, where it was the neon for the Waylay instead at the end of last year when Teo was still really good. I think it was XLG that was running it with a lot of success. I remember scrimming against it. But I do think the A control is really nice for DRX. They have the Cypher to make question marks with the cages, and then they can also take it. Same for the defense.
I asked about the jersey on our Discord.
Very powerful ult rounds there. Massive kind of AoE effect. So when they get onto that second half, they'll be kind of looking to retake quite strongly. They'll be very well set up for that. So
I'm just a little bit worried about the Waylay. How's the Waylay? Where is he dashing to? How is he going to dash to safety? They're going to have to maybe give him some smokes, or have to clear all of the site with a lot of util from the two initiators.
Well, you won't need to wait too long. We're going to send it to the stage right now to get started on Haven. Over to Paper Thin and Achilles.
We are back once again as we continue to crush dreams and send teams home. DRX versus ZETA to start things off here today. And yeah, DRX changing things up, surprising us once again. Is it for the better or for the worse?
It's a good question. I kind of like it, to be honest. When I started, you know, we were talking about it when we saw the comps come through. I'm like, you know what? Actually, the breach might suit the Waylay entries really well, the stuns, the flashes.
Bro, it's still in the background, man.
Together, then those dashes could be pretty potent, pretty powerful.
I think you know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm just gonna disconnect this fucking speaker from my office.
The way Stacks used to play it all the time on this map, so I think this should, as long as it's well rehearsed, well drilled, look pretty good.
I think I'm actually gonna do that.
Usually what we do come to expect from DRX.
I mean, I cannot do it right now. I don't even know how to do it. But I think I'm just gonna legit just unfucking plug it somehow.
For them, but flashback
It's in the ceiling, but this is impossible to work, man.
A lot more for this squad than we might have anticipated coming into the season. So how well rehearsed this is going to be, we're about to find out. When you hear that music, that means it's time to go ahead and get the game underway. High pressure, I agree with what the desk was saying. DRX very much have the onus on them. They have the expectations on them to be the one to come out on top of this one. But with that alleviated pressure off of Zeta's shoulders, perhaps they can surprise us and pull off one monster of an upset. And what an upset it would be. All time, only taking 3 map wins over DRX, which is the 1 series victory.
Yeah, I called the security like 3 times. And they know it's the entire fucking building is that loud, by the way. The entire building. This is like 6 fucking or 7 like levels, man. It's like hundreds of people, man.
Down on stage this Saturday evening as we jump into the action on Haven.
Yeah, this is, wow, it's been a long time since they've even played. It's 2024, I guess, and it is going to be quite interesting. I mean, we've started to see improvements from Zeta, you know, obviously getting that big win against Team Secret, against Global Esports as well, looking pretty good on this map. It was 13-11. You know, in particular, Sugar Zero and Absol were having a really strong performance there. So you're looking to continue that. I need to see some step-ups from Sota and Eco. I think if Zeta is going to get their map pick to go here, both teams going to be running that Cypher, using that corner cam. Try to keep track of sewers, but this should be a wide open site. So now the real question is what is the follow-up here for Zeta?
I'll be honest with you, I'm incredibly surprised that we didn't smoke Heaven. We smoked CT. Like, we didn't get punished because no one was Heaven, but why on earth are we smoking CT when we had no cover on Heaven? Like, very surprising. I'm trying to understand because it's like such an odd choice. They're waiting for... They have a retake with the arrow, by the way. That's a nice combo, but by Zeta, not gonna lie.
Into the mix here of the fight. Freeing going to be under some pressure, but jumping out from the Heaven window. Hermes
nice, Hermes. Well done.
Guns down the other 2, and DRX will find the opening pistol.
Yeah, this is a tough
Did you get a chance to visit the DRX HQ in Korea? No, when I was in Korea, I wasn't yet in DRX.
You know, not normally just
guys, how annoying is the background alarm?
From the Cypher, but really break through enough. They're not able to clear out one side or another because you've got Freeing and Mako still left. Or excuse me, Hermes. Freeing and Hermes still left. That's a crossfire that's nasty to deal with. You have to try to get it to half because it took so long to get there. You know, good recognition there by DRX. The plan's just not quite coming to fruition on that pistol for Zeta. And this time, I'm going to overstack this A long angle. Don't want to give that up easily. This time it's going to be the C site. It's left open here for DRX to once again slip in.
Ja pierdolę.
Relatively undetected here. Should be able to get...
I'm going to make myself quiet for this round because it should be less important.
Sota want to get rather aggressive. Should just be a wait. The real question
yes, the game is do or die, by the way, for both teams.
DRX want to get, do they want to try to take some guns away? Zeta's going to push the issue.
Yemen just struck down. Sugar Zero able to find one. They very quickly trying to pile their way back in towards this side. Mako out and long, looking to try to hold the line, but it's going to be Freeing up close and personal to be able to find 2. Smoke now blooming. Mako's going to have to scale forward. Hermes going on the pinch here from Garage. Well,
not sure if you guys realize, but I just want to show something. Pay attention to what happened here. Look at this. Look how can you get punished when the smoke is put so badly, by the way. Right? Just look at this. And this is DRX doing it, by the way. So don't get me with that bullshit like, oh, you always talk about it badly about other teams and not yours. Right? Just look at this. How badly you can get punished. If the Yoru actually knows how to do a better flash. Which is absolutely fucked here. This is a good example.
Make the chokes rather difficult to get to. So timings like that going to be probably pretty important here for Zeta Division if they're going to play retake to get ahead of the curve. This time they're just leaving XDL on an island, man. And they're doing a push out through the front of B a bit, but they're just tucking in under window, and DRX has met 0 resistance, so...
I just whiffed smoke. Wait.
Sending out the fault line, trying to get the catch there, unable to do so, but Gunman finding a time on an Absol on the exit from the smoke. Hermes swinging will suffer his first death as XTL continues to fight back. Eco joining in alongside him. 3K now for the Sova, but Mako, as he slipped the net, spots out one, has to steady the spray. Swaps over the weaponry. Takes a while. Try to get that smoke situated. And XDL once again coming to the rescue here for Zeta Division. Continuing on with that performance that we were seeing from just 2 days ago versus Secret.
And that's such a tough spot to be in there as XDL. I mean, as the site hit is coming through, you're just starting to get a little bit of help into place, and they even shut down Absol as he's trying to get through there.
It's a pre-fire.
Jeez. XDL is really on point. Last couple of times we've seen it.
So I just whiffed smoke and I'm right, but you know what was it? It's just the air quality in my fucking hometown.
I think again, DRX has a pretty good feel for how these sites are going to be left open. Back to this mid push this time, it's much faster.
And it's very aggressive. Hunter's Fury out from XDL. There's something here as the clone going to be popped, and Hermes eventually just going to be flushed out as Sugar Zero comes.
That was very aggressive push by ZETA, eh? Well done by them. We get the C post plant, but it's 4v5. We need to be a little bit aggressive in the post plant. We cannot be reactive.
Again, Mako dead. Sugar Zero. Snappy on that shot. Bane now the one that tried to take point. Is here comes Eco leading the way, and Bane still does.
Bro, are we seeing the neons just inting their asses off, right? We're all seeing this, right?
To cover the area. Finds the kill, but Freeing is now very invested forward here on the site. So Armageddon, maybe a bit of an afterthought unless they just don't check it.
Bro,
Can hold on to
you can literally pinpoint why the ZETA is losing, and that's literally because of neon.
There's either some miscommunication or just not understanding of the timings that are going to be necessary. You know, as the 3-man push is making its way into C main, that's when I need to see the 2-man push from the other side starting to create some pressure, starting to make this a little bit unbalanced, because otherwise they can just set up into those post-plan angles. You don't even check the box either. I mean, that's the real backbreaker.
Hey Clue, I wish I could watch with y'all, but I signed up for work today on medical exam. I have fun, guys. I'm gonna look after 1,000 students if they're not cheating. Use ChatGPT.
Hard to say. Either way, hero rifle purchased. Eco with the Vandal. Just allowing for Absol to kind of bait them forward if possible, but backing off as Hermes checks in for that walk.
Oh, nice. Hermes with that ult essentially gives us so much. Oof, yeah, rough, bro. Rough for you, XDLL. Good luck, my friend. You fucked, bro. Absol, where are you standing?
Having Absol completely and utterly corralled in sewers.
Yeah, some beautiful util usage there with the saturate, with the salvos, making sure that you don't give anything extra up over to Zeta there. Now you've got some huge ults to work with too. Nice opener for Hermes. Trying to get that hero rifle go, just can't quite get there with the firepower. Gunman knows he's got him dead to rights. Pokemon?
He said Pokemon, no?
I think maybe he was saying that he captured the Sova, like he threw out the saturate. It was a Pokeball.
That could be. That could be.
Yeah, it was definitely about someone being caught in the util. So it was either the Sova and the saturate, or the Yoru with the missiles. Nice, human. Nice.
On C side. Time to go for a save. As the operator brought into the round for the first time.
You know what's funny is that this composition is like literally the signature playstyle of the DRX. Fast, explosive executes with just like full fucking util, perfect execution. If it doesn't work, go next. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just nothing you can do here. Tried to add a little bit.
DRX comes like we go for comfort picks and try to get some synergy with it.
I mean, this is so scary for Zeta.
I mean, comfort picks? I wouldn't say so. Because, like, you know, before Tejo, Frame was playing everything else, you know? I just think they just went for good synergy, fast executes, and that's it. Like, it's literally the entire composition. When you think about it, right? The entire composition has one and done util. It's,
Looks like this.
I mean, not sorry, not entire composition, but the core of this composition, which is the Waylay, Tahoe, and Waylay, Tahoe, and Breach, right? It's all about explosiveness and then just running it down. And the only thing that is missing here in that kind of like strat book is having Brimstone instead of Omen. That would make it even stronger in that regard. But the Omen, if I would say, Omen is probably the comfort pick here, you know, for Mako.
Yeah. This is pretty concerning. I mean, you've left side open, and every time DRX has figured out which one it is pretty quickly. They got the early game sense read, and we're just punishing that time after time. So I think you got to talk about maybe spreading out the Cypher util, putting it a little bit earlier. You need an early alert system if you want to go for these early flanks, and you need a little bit better coordination on the retakes. But in general, I think, you know, you've seen some of their ideas where they want to fight for space, they want to get aggressive early, but they've chosen wrong, and DRX has just sidestepped it every time. So you got to find ways to make them respect the extremities of the map here, because otherwise DRX is just going to push long C or push long A, whichever one they don't meet resistance at. They're just going to go that way. You could set up a trap in regards to that too, like thinking about, okay, we're going to fake that we're giving up this space, but then you're gambling.
Bro, this alarm is just gonna piss me off so much. It's actually insane.
Some of that early contention of top A, but B confidently being looked at. Should be somewhat open, maybe. Eco's here though.
3 players. Able to pivot, get themselves over in towards the site, but Mako shuts down 2 of
How did you get 2? 3, bro. What? Where's the 4 for Mako? Where's the ace for Mako? Nah, we're not pushing to get an ace, right? We're playing smart. We're winning this very easily. We don't throw for aces. Oh, wait. We actually know that they have an operator there. Now it's worth pursuing. I would say this is worth pursuing. Hermes should be, like, flanking already.
Decisive hits coming through from DRX. If there was any question about just having this composition drilled, knowing where util was going to be going and when it should get there, it's been answered pretty quickly. Yeah. It's looking damn clean.
Yeah, as soon as I saw this comp, I felt really good about it for DRX. It just looks so annoying to play against, especially on the defender side. You know, you don't have a lot of ability to do anything about it. And that's why you want to get ahead of it. That's why, okay, you get 1 here as Absol, but you're going to lose another rifle.
Oh! Would be curious to see what the health was at the end of that one, but at least breathe that minor sigh of relief, that small silver lining that the operator does get retained. Take a look at Mako's POV here.
Woo.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's Mako. He's definitely feeling it. Yeah.
Desk was mentioning it. You get to see him stand up.
Yeah. I would like to see that. I mean, just once in my life, you know. I might not have long left.
Even
you know
if he's
what I
not,
mean?
Oh, we all know that you don't, but no scope shots. Clears out the stealth drone. Hyunmin dash at the ready. Rolling Thunder gonna lead the charge. Spot out onto the op. Paranoia, Flash, all gonna be sent his way. Absol getting caught by that, but still just gets taken down as Bane. It's one hell of a shot. Now you've got the Armageddon just consistently stopping anybody being able to push their way through this connector access. So ults do get stacked up. Not so much avail here, but it's buying time and space. As peek in, XDL now spotted. Smoke will be cycled onto Heaven, and now DRX widely just need to watch the extremities as the approach comes through. Mako with a quick shot, swaps back over to the Vandal as Eco and XDL. They've been trying to make a go of this one, but Bane with some covering fire keeps Mako alive in that smoke, and Mako on the peek out will get the trade back. 7-1, DRX continuing.
Yeah, it just looks like a pretty big comp difference right now, and DRX is so much more comfortable. You just don't have a lot of tools to really do much about this as Zeta Division, on top of some really sharp shooting.
Looked like the retake entry was gonna be
Bro,
well,
so I literally put out the fucking...
Mako.
I legit
Maybe it goes a different
put
way.
out the fucking speaker out of the fucking roof, right? Out of the fucking ceiling. You can't turn it off.
I mean, even though
It has
the
really
full
two big
bolts
fucking
there,
cables,
the
like
song
inside of like a chassis. Because, you know, it's like, it's a security thing, right? Fuck me.
I don't think they have any idea about this one whatsoever.
Get a freebie.
Won't take much to try to flush him out. We've got plenty of util for it. It's more about if it is a consideration, but it looks like they're not even going to try to push into this site, maybe suspecting that there's going to be a stack around the IGL of ZETA.
Yeah, the fact that there's that little bit of movement there from Sugar Zero felt like a bait. It's great reads again here today. Bane looking really sharp.
Wait,
in the
I think
IGL
it stopped.
department. Absol, Marshall got.
I think it stopped. Yeah, guys, it's stopped. Oh my god, it's so quiet now.
Also, chest shot, but
Oh,
bigger
it only was like what? Half an hour?
Just a bit.
20 minutes?
A little bit. Drone's not going to see anything.
I feel like
so
I can actually
just kind of play this out.
think now.
Get into your post plants. Kind of starting to get the read. You're going to see it too from the camera.
30
again,
seconds
gonna try to go for potentially this 4-player wraparound through.
I'm not gonna lie, but I think Mako's smokes are really not min-maxed. Like, there's so much abuse that can be done with Mako smokes.
Here's the footsteps, the TP forward into the smoke. Opens up, but it's good distract from Eco. Hyunmin quickly exiting back into the site, using that double dash. ZETA able to recover a weapon, but it's immediately put down on the floor as Hyunmin finds
Oh
the
my
shot.
god, such a balanced weapon, man.
Freeing. We'll just go ahead and quickly clean things up and bring the round to a close.
Yeah, I mean, DRX, even though
Almonahad, thank you so much for the 22 months. Welcome back, buddy. Thank you for the continuous support. No message, just a resub. What a chat. Thank you much for the tier 1 and continuous support.
Put his sniper into a more favorable position where he's got that long angle.
You would be fine by the building if you would put out that speaker. Yeah, that's probably what would happen.
He's on an op. With an op, that's a fine crosshair placement, but Marshall, it's got to be a little higher.
Even Sliggy thinks that this gun shouldn't be in the game. Why even?
Crazy good stuff in general from DRX.
Fake TP into the cubbing, gets a warning ping out of ZETA.
Like, is he like not like because he's like very milquetoast about stuff in the game or what?
This is just gonna lead to DRX going on a quick assault now forward into
Oh
the
my
side. No,
god,
the
bro!
TP out, Absol.
Holy
He placed himself so right there next
shit!
to Shota.
Yeah, that Yoru's not great.
Stacked up and dead together. Sugar Zero able to find one. Eco now going to be spotted. Stuns exchange on both sides, but the peek back into the window and freeing deals with XDL. Will fade away.
Okay, well, but
Double
nice
fade
shots
away
though.
from Eco. Trying to make a go of this. Mako's just hopping on the box here on site.
Okay, we have to laugh
It all
at this.
now balls to Bane. ZETA. Best chance to
No,
try
we
to
have
find
the shot.
themselves a
Yeah,
second
yeah,
round win
no,
after
don't need to
shutting
aim
it
at
off.
this.
The overdrive is out.
You could have aimed at yourself.
Held it to half, and Bane trying to get the transfer. Won't be able to get
What I wanted to
either
see-
kill. ZETA go ahead
What
and
I
give
wanted to
themselves a
see
second round
is
win.
aim at the aftershock like
This
this.
is an eco round, and I mean,
You know
that
what I mean?
in terms of the player,
You see this?
not
Not
the
here,
economy. He
but here. It was
really
long enough.
turns
It
this
was
one
long enough to
around.
matter, and you would
It's a
help
couple
yourself
great
like
shots
buying the
fade
time.
away. This is a beautiful entry, but not great TP placement there for
No, it's an
Absol.
office building, Shatari.
Top of missing the opening op shot. Had a chance. Should probably make that shot, you would think, the majority of the time, but Mako's like, oh, my feet, they're hot.
Jumping on Coles.
Yeah. Okay. Need a couple more here, though.
Yes.
You need to run these next two almost to really feel like you have a chance.
And 9 and 3, not going to be feeling too
Yoru
great.
ult, but
Looking for a crunch play. Push forward, Eco eventually.
well, nicely done. They landed a nice arrow as well.
Going to be taken down. Sugar Zero now finding
Well
Free,
done.
and it looks like the aggressive attack out ends up working.
I'm actually trying to win this 4v2.
Canceling there on the ult ping revealed.
We planted in a good position,
Into the open, still has a paranoia.
but we have to be aggressive. We have to be aggro.
TP up into heaven.
Two players have like not really a lot of HP. Echo is 2 bullets. Sugar Zero is 1 bullet.
With a lot of damage dealt to Eco and Sugar Zero. It's doable.
There's
but
one
unlikely.
paranoia that can stop like
Throw
an.
this drone here.
I
XDL.
don't like this.
Get the info. Figure out where
Oh yeah,
players
I
went.
didn't like that at all.
Just being so
That smoke actually helps the opponents.
Mako left to his own devices, and XTL on the flank
Nice
will be
protocols
able to
by
find the
ZETA
timing.
that the player in CT was
Down
going
the third
last.
round win
I
now
like
for
that.
ZETA.
But what I
consecutive
didn't
wins.
like was our smoke. Like,
Sure that they recover everything
I
they can.
really don't like Mako's smokes.
Yeah, this is the
I
first
really
round
don't.
where
They're always too deep
they've
to
gone
all
for
our
these aggressive
positions.
pushes, and it's finally worked.
You know?
Where they're able to
Last round
get
in
a
the
player
half.
into position to do damage into the back lines of DRX. You can see the setup there from XDL with the util, really, really nice. Hunter's Fury comboed in there too. Just everything in the kitchen sink at A lobby. They connect with a lot of it. They're able to capitalize. Nice stuff from Sugar Zero. He, as far as things go, he's looked really nice.
11 HP to be able to come away with that kill. That's something to cheer about.
Zeta guy is fired up.
Still potential as we go in around 12 for that combo. Version paths rolling under the two ultimates that DRX have to, ready to
Sova
go.
still has the arrow, but use the drone.
Comes down to a retake scenario.
Now I can understand wanting to play off site a bit more because of these ults
The-
that are there. Just nothing you can do there as XDL.
There's the convergent paths, there's the ping, here comes the rolling thunder, pushes
But
him up.
hello, are we killing
Float
anyone
down
there?
to the ground, but Mako getting himself into heaven, able to find the opening kill, finds the second.
Dude,
Eco now
it's
struck
so
down.
chaotic.
Aftershock cleans up Sugar Zero, and it is a
I'll be honest with you, I didn't look at the minimap and I was very confused of what's happening.
It's
I
just
should
so
have been looking
nasty.
at the
They even try to
minimap.
use
That's
the
it.
fast lane to bail out XDL there as he's
Like we badly
hit by
needed
everything in the kitchen sink from DRX.
we really badly
with the
needed
rolling
a
thunder,
camera
maybe
above the battlefield so
something
we can
from,
understand
the
everything,
stun
because here we just
from freeing
didn't
as well gets in
understand
there.
anything.
Uwaga, uwaga.
Just a massacre by
Are you fucking shitting me?
util you can throw back there with the salvos, with the aftershock,
Halftime.
multiple different
Spitter!
versions of stuns. I mean, that's why you're trying to get ahead of that as Zeta, but
Yeah.
it just takes so long because of both those ults. You have to wait it out.
Fuck me. I legit thought it's the real one.
Even is their next pick. Vine coming up as the second.
It just sounds exactly the same, no?
Yep.
Hello, Kanzak.
Pretty good. Might not be wearing the wingman hat on stage, but walked out with it.
This only works when there's an actual real alarm
Uwaga,
there,
uwaga.
right?
Long form that
W budynku wykryto zagrożenie.
Nah, you're not gonna get me now.
this team to a trophy.
Yeah, when he's online and in the server, I mean online in terms of playing well, like really.
Oh
gives
wait,
DRX
Sentinels
a
got
lot of
eliminated from
confidence.
kickoff?
Makes life a lot easier. Those players behind him to keep that pressure on, keep following up with that good util. Yeah, a lot of DRX
I
fans
thought they
out
were
there,
just
a lot
like
of
losing
Zeta
the
fans
second
here
match or
today.
something.
Both well represented. Please win, yes. Yeah, I mean,
And Envy as well? Yeah, Envy
Looking
doesn't
pretty good.
surprise me at all.
oof.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the statistics 600 something days since the last time they had played versus each other. Well beyond twice as long since that win, all the way back in 2022.
Ah, memories.
Gonna be spotted. Green gonna be taken out. Swing coming through though, off the blind. Hyunmin has the refract at the safety, collects a kill onto Shota. DRX now just gonna be giving up some of this space.
Sentinel's gonna downgrade. It
Step
was
back
second
in
in
towards the sights.
in
Marco
Zelsis.
sets up a smoke in front of B.
Yeah, that's got to be frustrating.
I mean,
if
Zek is
Zeta
definitely lack of Zels.
pieces of
Lack of
utility
Zekken
that
is
isn't a
definitely a
flash
downgrade.
to
Lack of Zelsis.
slow things
Zelsis
down
was the
and then
IGL, no?
just absorb
Was
it
he?
and TP back. So Eco 10 HP, just gonna try to get in here, do a little reconnaissance, not met with any resistance.
Who was the IGL? No, it's John QT always.
Smoke, I believe. There's
Never
the
mind.
flash, and yeah, it's gonna be Sugar Zero to collect the kill.
Nice ball flash.
Little three-player crunch back into garage. Clearing out those angles. Them more control of the extremities of this C site. Meanwhile, though, Sugar Zero going to be taken
Nice
down on
shot.
Absol.
Unfortunately.
It's a trade. Hermes gone. Bane finding one. The swing around the back from Eco is Hyunmin.
Well, actually, almost doable, man. Almost doable.
Double-faced and taken out of the equation. Zeta find themselves a pistol win.
John
Yeah,
QT
that's
was the
huge.
IGL last
Eco
year, and
doing
this
a
year
nice
John,
job
not
in
John
this
QT
round.
anymore. No,
Putting a
it's
lot of
Q.
pressure forward.
Oh, really? They
Able to
changed the
get the
IGLs?
retract
Oh,
early
Jesus
out of
Christ.
Hyunmin.
And I don't know anything about this team
Though he
anymore.
loses the
I'll
relay
be honest
victory
with you.
that he's is willing to give his life for the cause. 10 HP and his.
When we'll get to Vago on Kick. The problem is we, at least, you know what? When I started streaming on Kick, there were no options of integrating like channel points redemptions. I don't know if they introduced anything like that. I mean, actually, we don't have points. Like, you don't get points for watching on Kick. So no, there'll be no more way of doing that for now.
Cooked up. See if they've still got more in the tank.
Look at the fucking 4 players in 1.6.
They just used their own strategy. And more in the tank.
Wait.
No. Onto the 2 Guardians and the Phantom. Still going to be feeling pretty all right about the round. And Eco taking point, quickly finds one, slides in.
Oh, wait, actually?
It's eliminated there by Bane. Phantom now handed over to Gunman. This is where things start becoming a little bit more sus.
Yeah.
Overkill? What do you mean overkill? There was nothing about overkill there. It was a good strat. There were 4 classics.
Recovery on the weapons, however, becoming less and less likely.
Oh, fuck me. Nice effort, though. Wait, am I not licking anything?
Yep.
Go, go, go.
We should not be licking anything.
That thing ain't exploding.
I don't think he got it, no. So Phantom is lost. They hold on to the 2 Guardians.
Okay, so loved what Eco did on the pistol round. Do not love this. This is whatever. I mean, that happens. Zeta loves to run that 4-stack on Ecos, but throwing yourself into that mix with a Phantom, I mean,
And this is so funny, man.
I don't even care how many players you think there are. 2 at the least. Even if you're expecting a big flank, you're given DRX opportunities that they don't need. They're already way ahead.
It's very much possible to be feeling it too much. Hermes, though, be feeling a world of pain.
Sorry for that. We're back.
Just flanking, and Mako has no idea. What a response, though, from Zeta. Looking concise and just completely catching DRX off guard with this pace.
Streamer sprinting misinformation kick channel points? That kick channel points? What? What do you mean?
Drone at the ready from Cubby.
Oh no, wait, you're right. I am an idiot. I am an idiot. Yes, you do. You do have channel points.
What a round win from Zeta Division. Converting the bonus.
Okay, I have to update myself and see if they change anything.
This time it's a
No, you're right. You're right.
a much quicker flank.
You do have channel points on kick. I have to check if there's integration as well.
A really nice map there. Great flash.
DRX lost bonus? Yeah, I know.
Catches Hermes.
It's okay.
He just can't do anything about that. Woo! Okay. Sure, why not? Yeah, that fast lane just actually tees up freeing. Gives him a clear line of fire. Man, oh man, a bonus for Zeta. Well, maybe this attack side is just insane. I think you gotta start playing a little bit more cautious here as DRX. You gotta watch for those lurks.
Quiet across the board now. And a rolling thunder for Bane, but
There's a lot of background noise, no? But I think it's from the arena.
feel remotely comfortable investing that into the round.
Am I hearing it correctly? I think so, no?
4 bandits and a sheriff. So
Good morning, Maxima.
damage here.
Yeah, I like the bandits in this scenario.
We do have the breach ultimate, but unless we get a kill, we're not doing anything about it. What? What? Yeah, we're using it now. Let's go.
That turns the sights back to the neon.
Very good, very good. Now I know the breach didn't do anything, but we had to establish control over that spike. So well done, well done. Mako, I don't know what Mako did. We want to see this POV because this was nuts.
Man, that's brutal.
Also, what is Zeta doing pushing against a Nico with only 3 people instead of 5? I don't know, but it's okay.
3 weapons upgraded though.
30 seconds left.
Smokes through. Sugar Zero on the push. Gonna be good for 1. Shota hits
fuck
the
me.
transfer.
Okay.
6 bullets. Bandit on the other side of that smoke.
Oh,
Swing out,
thank
Bring
God.
Has the headshot. It's a thrifty for DRX to bring the
Holy shit,
momentum
what a
within
round
double
win.
digits.
Zeta has to feel like gutted. Absolutely gutted. Show me Mako.
Well,
Show me Fucko.
when it seems like there might be danger, Mako just steps up to the plate with the sheriff.
Show me Fucko.
The only one that DRX had in the round.
Bro, never crouch against the sheriff, bro.
Just-
Look at
he's
this.
Like Eco pulls back and he's
Bang.
like, oh, I'll just kill that guy. And now
Bang.
I'll kill you.
And then kill with a bandit over here.
Mako is
Yeah,
just
good.
John Wick.
Yep.
ZETA tried, but position was red. He was there.
Timeout.
Can't just go at Mako one at a time. You
Will you
gotta
stop after the
Right.
series or playing
You know,
sub
don't
games?
do the-
If
the
we're
action
winning, I'm
movie
stopping
tropes.
because we're gonna have to
Throw
stream tomorrow
everything
as
you
well.
have at this man.
I mean, and that again might be kind of, I think some of these struggles of Eco in his decision making there. I think if he just beelines it out there, and then you have the other two players, you have Absol and XDL following up behind that, where he doesn't hesitate like that, it's probably a very different scenario. You might lose Eco, you know, to Hermes, who's behind Mako or something, but that's okay because you should be able to get those trades.
Right? They should.
And that's what
The
you're
winner
looking
of
for in
this
that attack
winner
side.
of this
You get
plays
those
tomorrow, if
trades
I'm not
at the very
mistaken.
least.
I have to check, but I'm almost certain that's the
Do
that's the
like
thing.
the jerseys though, not gonna lie. Do
Yeah,
like the
it's-
DRX jerseys.
Yeah, it's a little change up. Like a little. I think like a drink that matches that color scheme, but I can't actually think of one.
Me neither.
It's like if you mix the red and blue slushies in a 7-Eleven.
Yeah, that is actually
that
yeah.
blend going on.
That's the way to play. I mean, you got to mix all the colors. That's the real knowers. Just put a little bit of everything in there.
Okay, our traps are definitely not positioned for that standard shock dart.
So does-
Just put a
forget
little
what
bit
we
of
called
everything.
it.
I think we call it a suicide. It's where
Maybe. We had a different name in Jersey. I think it was something. It was way more stupid. It's like Glorp.
Glorp.
Yeah. Well,
I like that better.
Mako under some pressure here. Ducks back. Eco pushing out, able to find one. Mako gets full blinded.
Mako's like, "Ooh, I
Sprays the
can't
spray,
see
finds
shit."
One, but he's not ready for Sugar Zero to go TPing right in on top of him. And Bane will be there for the trade back. Is
Oh!
Kunmin
Whoa!
fadeaway of
What a
fadeaways.
shot, bro! What? What
that
the?
must be
Did
Bane
you
for the final
see
spray now.
this?
So 11-6, DRX looking to take this up to map point.
That shot from him kinda looked like cheating.
they're just so
Not
ready
gonna
for
lie.
this.
That adjustment for the last bullet before like going back
There was some
in the
hope there
whirlpool.
for ZETA.
Can we get a
That
replay on that?
might be
Because that was
A little
sick.
bit more free, a little bit more open, but DRX is already here. A nice little cheeky TP from Sugar Zero, but Bane
Look at this, look at
outdoes
this.
Bane
Yeah,
really good pick.
insane control
in a
there.
lot of different regards. He gets a 3K in that round.
Dev Lotus with the race up on Kikarino. Are you sharing that currently in chat? I never know. Is this the automatic thing or is that you sharing the? That's the automatic thing, right? Not you sharing it yourself. Yeah, this is the sharing.
But Bane on high, out from heaven.
Yeah, bro.
Denies access to 3.
Where's my notebook?
Can he find the 4K to finish it? XDL has been instrumental. He's been a monster for ZETA in their last several series. Even then, had a solid start to this one for the squad, but feels like a bridge too far as Hyunmin will just go piling forward, diving in on top. Shorty will gun him down at DRX up to map point.
Yeah, so 3 in a row for each on this half, and it's looking pretty dire. This time they do throw Eco in there with a shotgun. TP up on the box by Sugar Zero, quickly dealt with, and then just the chokes are melted.
They're trying to break the line of sight from heaven. They end up stacked in front of each other. And now you've got 4 ultimates for ZETA. Needing
Okay,
to
I'm
see
drawing. I'm drawing.
the investment here.
But that super early deep recon just makes you think so quickly that it's going to be a fast hit, and Bane gets right up to heaven. So smart.
Wrap around if he needs to. Slide across though. A nice opening shot from Eco, but Hyunmin fast on the trade
Oh,
back.
that way labeled.
Virgin paths.
Stops that
Position
completely.
Back over to the side. Sugar Zero. Once again with a bit of a cheeky play. He's into the corner and is able to find a kill.
How did Sugar Zero
He
even
can
get
go
the double
3v3.
TP? I think so, no?
Still a dimensional drift. Showtime. If you can find a corpse, could go ahead and use that neural theft.
Who's next?
Instead, it's going to have to be.
Yeah,
the
wait
dimensional
with the
drift
Cypher
behind
ult.
the
Wait
way
with the
over
Cypher
into
till the Euro
seaside.
ends. Ah, too early, too early, too early, too early, too early, too early.
From Hermes, we'll go ahead and tell all.
Now we're gonna know the Euro ultimate position. Okay.
ZETA opt to play.
But I would personally ult a little bit later after that Euro ult.
Shota on alert. Gets the ult invested. Double stack set up, and XDL
Nice try.
be the one to stand tall. ZETA fighting back.
Dev Lotus, thank you so much for the 7 times 474. Hope you enjoy the school with the flowers as the eyes. Welcome back, much for the continuous support.
A little bit of a different look to it. Recon Dart goes into long A, and then you just throw Eco and Sugar Zero in there. It's all kind of a prepared fake. If the execute doesn't go well, you know, Absol absorbs the saturate, TP's back into spawn, and they're able to open up the rest of the map for themselves. A really unorthodox plant there on C. I was a bit worried for a minute. I'm like, I don't know.
We have Vayne ult again.
All in some of those big battles. Syoto wins his, XDL with the double.
Euro does a fake TP on A long. We would have to kind of check it. We would need to use one missile to check that position, but instead we're using the drone. I don't know if this is going to be enough. It's going to be enough. Okay, so now we know it's a fake, but we lost the drone. I'm not sure if I like that. Maybe using just one rocket would be better. You know?
With the stealth drone saying nothing,
it would be just also much faster to do.
Try to shift some more bodies over towards C, but ZETA themselves going on a pivot, man, it could just end up being a garage split to C.
They just don't have any info here.
Yeah, the trap from the attacking Cypher on A lobby is literally only made for the players that try to flank you when you're going A, not the other way around. The only reason to play it this way is not to get destroyed by rockets, for example.
Trying to poke and prod for responses.
So maybe the plan is to go back to A? I don't know.
Fast lane to B, trying to see what kind of rise they can get out of
No,
DRX.
they're definitely going C.
As Overdrive's going to be popped, Eco starting to make his way over towards the site. Mako blinded up for the moment, swings into long. Eco dead at the same time as Mako on the peak back.
Couldn't see shit.
XDL.
There was a breach rule that stopped the entire execute. They went to a trap.
Make it happen in a 2v5. They want the map to keep going, but
so yeah, GG.
Absolutely not. Finds the
yeah, that was
through the wall for Mako to clean it up.
That push by ZETA was really not a good decision. I wanted to say like not smart, but let's just say it was not a good decision because they didn't push out any util from DRX. So we just had full util on the execute. Like they just went into full util on every single character because we didn't use anything apart from the Tachotron. Nothing. They just didn't poke anything, didn't get any information, didn't force DRX to use any util. And remember what I said about this composition, right? In the beginning of this map, I said it's a lot of commitment, one and done util, which is like okay on attack when you commit to something, right? Because then the round is over anyway, it doesn't matter. But if you're playing defense, you have very, very limited amount of util. So if your opponent is playing like really long default, you're gonna end up with nothing, not even signatures, right? So I think ZETA completely didn't read into that and got fucked because of that, essentially.
Most of the twists and turns, but Mako is
Letter 1 streamer of the year, intense community at wars. Yeah, for sure, buddy.
Never really feels like it's in doubt with Mako.
Great stuff. I heard that the intense community awards had some bullshit nominations. It seems to be true then.
Sugar Zero had some good stuff. I mean, seeing some of those kind of classic Sugar Zero aggressive TPs that are timed to catch the opponents when they're trying to retake space or clear space during an execute or during a retake, and he gets a kill out of it, but DRX reacted really nice to it.
Well, they very much did. Well, they've been done and out of the way by now. The last vestige of hope for ZETA. We'll see if they can run it back when we come back after the break. For now, send it over to the AD.
Well, we may have raised our eyebrows at the breach, Tejo, but DRX have shown that no matter what, these players can still perform. We had amazing performances, and it looks like DRX is on form today.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you want to go off meta, this is what you need to do. This is a well-drilled composition. They really understood how to play it, and ZETA Division could not figure out how to react to it. I think this is something that's very, very important at the top level of Valorant, is if you've kind of never played against something before, or it's been a very long time, it's incredibly hard to adapt in the game to solve all those problems, and that's very much what it looked like to me. ZETA could not find the answers against this style that they
so I agree with his conclusion, but I disagree that it's hard.
I definitely think going off meta
a good IGL and a good coach should solve this problem during the fucking game, and if you can't, you're just not a good team. That's what I think. If you don't build a game plan around the opponent's composition, that's like that's literally the coach's job and the IGL's job, to be able to read into what opponent is doing and what they can do and make sure that you understand what is gonna happen and how can you play around it.
I think the attack side had good ideas in terms of how they just take
That's
the A,
what I
they
think.
Go take the A. With the breach and the Teo, it's really easy for them to take, and then their execs, of course, when they have ultimates, so much.
Also, it's
usual with the
literally
Omen Flash,
just
with the
Breach
Paranoia coming in
Teho
as well,
was
and then
played
on
for
the
several
defense,
months
just go and get some,
by every single
orbs,
team. Like, you should
as
already
long
know.
as you have these ultimates, and if you can string these rounds together, keep the anti-ecos clean, you're always going to have ultimates for gun rounds, and then it's such a hard game for ZETA to play. They're going to have to contest them more than what they did, and not sit on site as what they did. So I think ZETA's adaptations weren't good enough either, though.
Yeah, once you have that rotation going, it's going to be pretty hard to stop DRX. And I think that ZETA, yeah, they were absolutely caught off guard. And we were talking about how ZETA, they needed that firepower, they needed to perform. And as we were saying earlier, it takes them a little bit of time to get to warm up. And I feel like they did heat up, but a little too late in those last rounds. It was just unfortunate, I think, for ZETA, because I think they could have gotten a few more rounds against DRX. But as we saw DRX, they came really, really prepared.
Yeah, I mean, it's this first half where they really ran away with it. We want to talk a bit more about this kind of combination. So I think this is an incredibly well-disciplined and thought-out composition. We can see how they're taking a long there with the Breach Stun, the Teo missiles, able to kind of lock that area down very, very easily. And I think that's obviously so important on Haven, right, Ewok?
Yeah, it is something that if you do play the Breach and the Teo, you can, if there is a part of the map that you really want to take, you can pretty much take it without anything that defenders can do if you really want to go, and then you can set up your waylay nicely to be able to go in. The one thing that's going to be always scary for the waylay is to be able to go in and have a spot that's safe for him to go, so you need to make sure that you're throwing all this util, and for him, because he doesn't want to refract back after you throw all of the util and no one else is going in. That's where Mako also comes in, and if you get like this and the timing's really nice, the cage also goes up and helps him a little bit, and then you can just see assist nation coming through for them. Again, it's going to be him going in, and then Mako is really important that he's deeping into the side.
Yeah, and then we see, you know, we spoke a little bit before about the powerful ultimate, the Waylay ultimate in combination with
it's
the Tail
literally
ultimate.
like this is how
just
DRX
hard
always
denies
played.
that area, and then they
Super
swap it over
fast
to B. They
executes.
start rushing into B. They
A
have
lot
those
of
set
util to just
execs
help the
here,
entry,
and you just
and
see
if
how
it didn't work
very
out, unlucky.
deliberate the game
You
plan
know,
is to be chaining
this is
these
what the Vision
combinations
Strikers
together,
were.
and it just
This is
becomes
literally how Vision
really
Strikers played,
impossible to
right?
stay on this side,
And
which I
I'll
think
be honest with you,
ZETA did for a little bit too long. I think
probably
find
Jet
ways to bait out that
would
utility
fit
because
better to this
if
composition.
you stand where you're gonna get
You
hit
know?
by all this util, you just don't have a chance to fight.
Yeah, I think DRX just really kept the ball rolling, and it just made ZETA hesitate so much. They suddenly didn't know what
I
to do.
understand
They were
that
second-guessing
Saturate is
themselves also.
very
They thought it
powerful
took so long for them
utility,
to get onto the
but
side,
man,
maybe
Jet
like
is
wait
just
a little bit too long.
so strong.
I hope that
still.
ZETA can, you know, bounce back from that as we head into our second map, but I think it's going to be quite difficult, knowing that DRX is in this kind of
Hello,
form,
pork
and I feel
chops.
like they weren't even really pushed to the brink in that map.
Yeah,
They were.
I hope Pacific learned to put CNET on Jet because so bad on Waylay.
If you can,
Bro, how many times I tweeted that whoever is putting CNET on anything else than Jet should be fucking fired? I think I tweeted that like 2 times. And 2 different teams so far did that. I really don't fucking understand. I really don't fucking understand.
end up saving the operator if he's not on the right side or something, right? So for ZETA, yeah, it's pretty tough, to be honest, this one. I think there's definitely some things where they could have played the macro a little bit better, gone aggro a little bit more, or maybe go second timing, let DRX take first with their stun, and then the salvos, and then second timing they go with the flash and the neon.
Waylay's better than Jet, some random takes by someone. Yeah, for sure. I mean, look.
Right, but you need to do something, and you can't
Saturate
just sit on the
is
side. They did
definitely
try to go
stronger
onto the
than,
flank,
like,
right,
potentially
for a flank
stronger
retake.
than any of
But
the
if you're
potential
using all of the
util from a
ults and they
Jet.
still have the
But
paranoia or aftershock
that's in the
or that
vacuum,
left,
right?
Then it's quite hard to retake as well.
Yeah, it's so tough. I mean, we saw ZETA try different things, but if you've not had...
Oh, bind next, nice.
Against a composition like this, it's very difficult to find those answers in the moment, because you just can't see everything that's going on. You don't have perfect information across the map, and that means that right now, they are down 0-1 in this series, 1 map away from going home from this kickoff, and now
Haven was
we move across
ZETA's
their
choice?
opponent's map pick of Bind.
Yeah, going into
Wait,
Bind now, a little
who-
bit more familiar, I guess, for
who
both
was
teams, but
No,
again,
as Heavens
DRX,
was
they've
ours,
been feeling
but
a little
Zeta
cheeky
picked
lately with these changes in comps. It makes me wonder if
defense
we're going to see the same thing that they
first?
brought out, you know, the usual Raze Yoru that they
Yeah.
like to run over here, or if maybe
Are
they're
you
going to try
serious?
something else, because suddenly I'm not quite sure with DRX.
Yeah, so we've seen that same composition from them twice on this map, but they did lose their last bind game to T1. So I wouldn't be against the swap.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
I think
did
if they
start
do wanna change it,
defense.
we know that Bane can play Sky. Sky is a very natural fit on bind. I think that would be
They did play
a
defense.
different approach that they could take if they want to standardize across to this double initiator style. But part of me feels like because they've picked this map and they did beat Viral on it before, I think they might just stick with what they know a little bit and just start to run more basic.
There's no
kind of standard
pink
setups and just let their
jersey here on the
players shine.
website, by the way.
You think that maybe like the change in the split comp and everything, and then now into Haven it might be a bit too much.
Yeah, like I mean,
Yeah.
to change a competition, it takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
Right? So you don't normally see teams change multiple maps.
Yeah, Zeta
week
picked
to week,
Haven.
especially in a tight format like this. You know,
Yeah, okay,
maybe you have
so
a
it was
bye week
wrong.
Or something, then you can get away with it.
It was
In
wrong.
these fast tournaments, you don't see too many changes.
It was
'cause
very
it's
that
hard
was
for all these
very
changes to be,
confusing to read.
very well drilled and very
Yeah.
effective. So
Yeah.
you know.
That
I
was
did think that
very
Haven
confusing to
looked
read. My
very
brain
good,
kinda
very
like
smart,
broke
so
for a
if they have
moment
the
there.
Players that are able to adapt fast, change style very quickly. Who knows?
They
maybe
probably
they'll go for it. Maybe
hoped-
Whistle do-
this is about
maybe we'll
C-
get
CNET.
double
It's a lower bracket
probably
match.
hoped they
Well,
could
this
overrun
is a high
us.
pressure matchup that
Ah,
we're
no, never
seeing
mind. This
right
is
now.
all
I mean,
about Zeta. They
this
probably
could be Zeta's
hoped they
last
could
match.
overrun
They're on
us
the
on
king of
defense with their
stage,
fast
so it is
aggro
still a
flanks.
very, very high stakes
Well,
matchup. And I think that DRX.
Yeah, but it was just
yeah,
flat
they
out
might
wrong.
want to play safe this time around, but I don't know. Going into this one, I think DRX feeling pretty confident.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. This is their map pick now. They know all they have to do is close this out. Wow, okay. Very different composition here from DRX. They have made a change. They're bringing out the KO. We saw this from
We have
Paper X
KO
yesterday.
on
on the
Bane.
map.
First kill yesterday,
I don't know,
right?
man. I would
second
actually
one.
like to see the
Yeah,
breach again.
Pairing that up
No?
with Teo as well on the map. Solo duelist Waylay once again for Hyunmin. This is a radically different approach to the map from what we've seen from them before.
If this is the
Same again
composition
for
we're
Zeta
choosing, I don't know.
Division,
I would
running that
I would
Waylay and the
kinda
Raze,
like
but
the
again with
the
DRX and
breach
these
again instead of the
changes,
KO.
I really wasn't expecting that we would see yet another different composition.
I wonder how long they've been sat on this. Are they just bringing these out now they're in the lower bracket? I really have no idea.
can't
But
imagine.
this is lots of changes week on week for them. But we did see how well
Hammy's
they
was on
piloted
Euro
that
last
double
time? Yes,
initiator
he
last
was.
time. So look for more of those really slick util combos.
No, but I'm loving this. I want to see how this pans out. Let's see if Zeta Division
Wait,
can
what-
make a
what util
comeback,
combos?
or
What are
if
you-
this new
what did we spoke
DRX
about?
comp
What,
once
DRX?
again will take them off guard. We're
What
going to pass it
util
over to our
combos?
casters, Paperthin and Achilles.
Might be the last leg here for Zeta Division, needing to win on their opponent's map pick as we jump into bind. DRX, as the desk was highlighting, once again changing
There's
things
literally
up
no
in a
util
pretty
combos here.
big way, leaning into this solo duelist once more.
Did I misunderstood it, or
Yeah,
was he talking about
I think
Zeta?
I like this look for DRX. I think I like this double initiator into the Waylay. The util combos are there for days. The ability to just suppress and oppress your opponents is through the roof.
Well, with
So,
what?
I think more of that,
Paperthin.
and even the
So
KO in there,
so I did hear
you know,
correctly.
doesn't have the stun
What
like the
util
breach, but has the
combos?
flashes, has the fragment.
There's
catch
literally no
people
util
with either the
combos here,
KO
guys.
Stun, or excuse me, the Teho stun.
Dude, people
or
really need to
the
start
Waylay
playing fucking card
saturate.
games to understand.
Really make life an absolute nightmare here.
Like they
And again, they're so far
what?
forward on this choke.
Hearing that Trailblazer stun going to be sent out. Dog goes
There's
back
literally no
half-free.
util combos here.
Let's take a shot to the shoulder. Tag to 74. Salvo's not able to find any damage, really.
I mean, sorry, there's
Stand for a
one,
moment.
and
Get
that's
caught with those
saturate,
salvos.
saturate and missiles.
Just pressing forward with the attack.
The dash
Probably
already.
misspoke.
Absol
How
going
do
and
two
breach
people
to the 0.
misspoke the exact same thing?
Final one. As Eco is just dancing across the screen there in two. Cleans up two, opens up the sight now as Bane under pressure, caught off guard, will fall, and it's all down to Mako now in a 1v4.
I'm not counting Mako out just yet. Looked too damn good on Haven.
Being said, I mean, it is just going to be him versus numbers. No util to speak of for either side at the moment. So, will just be him trying to see if anyone comes swinging forward over at elbow. None to be spotted. Time starting to bleed away. Swings in. And
Nice
it's going to
try.
be Absol with that frenzy at close range to take him down. So Zeta gaining the lead in pistols 2-1. I think the opener here on Bind.
Okay.
No, but seriously,
Good start.
this is why I don't like when people use nomenclature that doesn't really, like, it's only confusing. It doesn't make any sense. In our composition, in DRX, the only combo is literally Tahoe Waylay, but we already had that on the previous map, and now we actually have less combos because we don't have Breach. That's why I also would like to see the Breach more than the KO, because it's more synergistic, you know? Everything else here is like, the KO doesn't bring anything else that would be better than Breach when it comes to synergies. What does he bring, though, is the ability to single-handedly stop, for example, a race, right? That's what it does.
And okay, Fringo,
Or like counter a dog from Sky, stuff like that.
Onto Shota if he cuts his way across back in towards A short.
But he started talking about drones and daggers to suppress and oppress, so he meant supporting you as opposed to the comms. No, that's not what he meant. That's the problem, Morty. Like, we don't know what he meant because the person before on the desk used the same nomenclature in a way that also didn't make any sense. So then, with that in mind, with that context, you hear the next person talking and they use the same nomenclature. It doesn't make any sense. So it doesn't matter what someone meant because it does. Like, people who are watching this. They are not. They do not know. They do not know enough about this. Like they expect the experts to actually explain their points, but two experts say something that is flat out wrong. So you don't know what exactly is happening. Okay. Bandit seems good.
2 kills found already. Damage dealt. The investment here, but XTL doing well to go ahead, spare the blushes, stem the bleeding. As it's now just hitting him with the classic to try to see if he can find any further damage. Given the weaponry on the other side and the fan out from these players, seems unlikely, but not impossible. Swing in, and there you have it. No time to realistically try to go for the weapon. Will just
nice.
On the ground now.
Did you see this? Like, that was such a nice reaction. Played anti-flash, left the Waylay signature behind the corner. That was really well played. Really well played by Waylay. That was such a good reaction time. I know that it didn't matter, but those are the small things that you would appreciate from players who actually put the effort into learning a character, because that was done like that. There was an understanding of what this Waylay has to do for the next step to actually matter, you know? It's like, if he gets lucky with another classic kill, that actually would put him at a huge advantage.
So, I mean, same thing kind of happened on Haven, right? Where they dropped an extra gun and still came through and got the bonus, so who knows?
Could still go their way. Maybe a 2-3 split.
They went with KO because they are lacking any flashes. I mean, yeah, because they don't play Yoru anymore, right? So if they swap Yoru for Tahoe essentially, then they have to get something else that has flashes if they want to play with flashes. So then the other option would be, well, we play Sky, right? But then Sky kind of sucks.
Transit, a bit of damage going to be taken there, and Hermes playing close with that Vandal eventually.
Oh, go back. Oh my god.
Shot. Eventually will get run down and Saturate, connects onto Sugar Zero, and Bane
nice shot by XDLL though.
Dive forward, Sugar Zero dead.
Nice, go back, nice. You know that he's gonna have to push into showers. Oh, we over peeking. Oh, Mako. Oh no, that was
dead on the floor.
That was a big problem. Oh, that was a very... That can mean the round.
We'll just go wrap around. I mean,
30 seconds left.
Oh, no.
Over the B, but just gonna try to
oh, no.
Slaps on for the headshot. Takes out Fring, and now it is down to Bane. Tucked away. Behind the box is on a short. 15 seconds remaining. He's gonna go scaling forward, and XTL gets the Red Bull clutch.
That's a 3v1 that we just lost on our code by overpeaking Heaven.
Wow. Thought for a second there he might plant back sight since he
that's an instant break, because that should never been lost.
Don't even get trades on the site. Hermes, God, that is absolutely disgusting stuff. And Bane able to deal with Sota as he tries to get in there to help out his IGL. XTL, this one right here.
You cannot let this guy get started. I'm curious if DRX Maybe after
And no one speaks
next
about
round
what
here,
happened,
kind
by
of
the way.
a future
Just
buy,
wanted to
gonna
understand
have
that
to
no one
call the
explained the
timeout,
audience
'cause
what was the domino.
XTL has shown that he is so very capable.
He is really starting to become the superstar for Zeta.
I mean, I'm not trying to be hyperbolic, but it feels like outside of DFM, he is the hope of Japanese Valorant.
Yeah. Yeah. Until you get into the tier 2 scene, there's a few players I have my eyes
Sure.
on there, but yeah. For tier 1, absolutely.
0 point out, a bit of information going to be gained there. I believe it's at least 3 players tagged.
Do you think Tammy makes his life harder by making changes comps every tournament or when comp doesn't work? You don't know why those being made, by the way. Just FYI. You have no idea. Like I have no idea as well.
Forward, so Zeta,
I'm not sure if you realize, but every single time there were changes being made, it was because we had to suddenly swap a player. Because Flashback quit the team for the third time. And then, like here, we have a new player, Hermes, who joined
30 seconds left.
a week before the season starts.
no quarter here.
So how do you, like, do you just force him to play an agent that he's completely uncomfortable with because he just joined the team and the other compositions were made that way? Or do you incorporate him into the team and being more comfortable and you let him play his comfort picks?
Get some really nice ults in the
I don't know.
next round.
That depends on the team.
Convergent pass. Mako's
That depends what the player does. That depends on what the coach and the player plays himself.
Could have a tremendously difficult post plan. Eco, it's an eye on a Mako there, but oh wow, Mako was ready for that. He was pre-firing that.
Finds the one, can't get anything else, and with freeing down to 30, that'll pretty much seal the deal. So he's got to fade away.
Well, Dragons, while we're talking about kickoff and masters when the last event was champions and it went really well, while we're talking about those two
This is
before,
looking like you have a really good opportunity here to cycle this into 5 in a row to start this map for Zeta.
Oh, they're snowballing.
Yeah. As long as the ults are on point and get some value, should be giving yourself a really good chance to make sure you do as much damage as possible.
what would you say is the
Those
best
extra
active
orbs for
player currently
yourselves.
playing in the pro scene right now? I don't know. I only watch
I mean, Zeta's
Pacific.
been much better on the attacker side this year. If you go and look at their stats for kickoff, it's pretty heavily favored on attacker side on most of the maps they play. TP Crunch play, nobody home.
Imagine, like, you know what? If Waylay would be able to scout during the rewind, right?
Showstopper to open.
That character would be 10 times better.
Outside, Hermes absolutely screwed. Jiggling on that angle for now.
That's a lot of people.
Peeking out
Aye,
the spot.
aye, aye.
Eco sights turned back over. Hermes dead.
Oh,
Absolutely.
that's an
A little bit of
overpeak
an
by them.
overheat, goes forward without the showstopper, ends up falling to the wayside.
Nice.
Shepard collects
That's a
second.
big inefficiency by the opponents.
It's the ultimate investment from Eco.
And now it's a
Gonna be paying
spook up
dividends
potentially,
here.
but we don't know
Shepard
about the
alert for
flurk. Oh
Seconds
no.
to find one
Thank
back
God
away.
he swapped to utility. Oh my
Duel
God.
against Mako, but Mako just spams to define XDL.
And that's the spike. Does he TP now? Yeah, because they have the A side. And now the Brimstone has to push into CT. Look at the Brimstone on the minimap. He has to go aggressive. If they want to win this. Oh my God, why Hyunmin did double dash like this? Oh no. Oh no, I don't like that. But he's aware that someone can be here. Okay, so the Brimstone had to stop moving because of that. Kind of funny
Talk about what happened
coincidence.
on that initial execute a little bit when this round is over, but see if ZETA and Sugar Zero can channel some clutch magic.
Oh no, Sugar just won away from the ultimate. Can we please play together? Can we please wait? Mako and Bane, please go together. Oh, that was not together. But okay, we won. Holy shit.
3K, so DRX, timeout not needed. Are able to find themselves a round win here in round 5. Get rid of that convergent pass, but there's still plenty of deadly ults on the way for Zeta. DRX are going to have to contend with.
Yeah, I'd like to see some better on-the-fly decision-making there, because you pointed it out that Absol overheats a little bit here. You get contact, you clear out that Viper.
Who do you think is best Pacific player now? I don't have an opinion because I don't watch every single team.
Towards lamps in
Guys,
to that direction, but it comes too
I
late,
am
and that allows Hyunmin
because
the
I am not on the
opportunity to wrap
VCT
outside
desk
of it to get that
anymore.
extra
I
angle.
don't
You
really
know that as Eco,
sacrifice that much time to watch all the regions and learn all the teams and keep up with the stuff. You guys, I don't think you guys are aware how much time and effort is to know everything about the entire game when it comes to the professional scene. When I was an analyst hired by Riot to be at the event, I felt compelled to watch everything, to keep up with everything, and if I don't have time to watch everything, then I at least need to educate myself from sources that I trust as well. And at a professional level, that is insane amount of effort, and also like you just have to be motivated enough to do that. Right now, I don't feel compelled to sacrifice my time to actually do that. There's no point. And if you know me for anything, I never make opinions about something that I'm not certain about. I'm not gonna lie to you or make up shit, because that's just how most people do. They don't have an opinion, they just gonna parrot something that they heard and they think that's fine because it's, or they do go with the populist vote and just gonna say something that people would like to hear. That's not me, you know? So I'd rather say I don't have an opinion because I'm not informed enough.
I really like the way they're trying to play this one out. It's Freen gonna be caught by that saturate, and Eco takes him down. Showstopper now holds off the forces. Could have waited a little bit longer for it, but now with the 0 point coming in. Send the rocket, try to buy some space. Up and over, holding close. Tears them apart. A third kill for him as Hermes frantically backpedals out towards safety.
Yeah, that 1-3v1 that we lost through the entire map into a fucking spanner.
Back into this defender side.
Sheesh, man.
Beautiful mid-rounding. This is exactly what you want to see from ZETA. Put a little pressure at one part of the map. You're actually able to bait out the saturate and the no command over on the B site. Two huge pieces of util.
In a way, if you put refract and TP and go out and activate refract, when the thing goes through the TP, doesn't make TP noise. It doesn't go through the TP. It goes on the ground.
Snake bite the angles that you have.
Risk here. Absol down low and still finds more damage yet onto Hermes. XTL now, the one on the hunt to try to see if he can take every weapon away from DRX. Pushing forward, there's a swing and there is the kill.
Shot in the dick.
ZETA, 4-round lead.
And again, it's just really good patience this time. Great play calling. You don't feel comfortable on A site, and you shouldn't. And you have Eco, who's been slowly lurking around B, hasn't seen anything. And even if it's a 1v1, you favor the waylay there.
The Japanese fans are just always the best, man. I love them. I love them. I might not be like, you know, tied to any of the Japanese teams, but the fans are always fucking awesome, man.
Exactly what you need is.
That's just so passionate, man. That's why I was happy to hear that DFM is actually doing well this season, you know? Like, they needed at least one team to actually do well.
5-1 over DRX at the moment. DRX needing to get themselves sorted. Even their map pick, the comp change, it's not really coming together quite yet. ZETA's also just hitting shots that they weren't hitting on that opener of Haven.
Is there a DRX party as well? Typically there are. I'm not sure if they were shown this time.
See, they're a little more confident, especially in those up-close battles that are coming down to like who can react a little bit quicker, who can hit that flick. Felt like it was all DRX all day on Haven. How it feels like ZETA's gotten that kind of sense of the timing and the play, the pace of the game in their heads as well. Do have a lot of ults here to worry about. Even the Viper's Pit isn't going to feel comfortable at all with the convergent paths and a orbital strike. You got to be real careful here about grouping up as ZETA. So there's a big combo there between those two ults, even if you're not in a plant position. You get caught in a choke or something. Swing a eco round here.
So we have 2 bandits, 3 sheriffs.
But patience is the name of the game early.
Amako not buying down, just has the classic. No armor even.
Poison ore, toxin screen down.
Yes, just a couple timing shots attempted there from Hermes. Double drift across, short.
That breaks the dog.
Trailblazer from getting any information.
Be right back.
Still setting up the refract, the flash in, eats it.
So I did Whaley TP into refract once and flew across the map, but I don't remember if I said zones, but you also see... No, you can see, that's what I said before. If Whaley would have been able to spot enemies in util during the... then she would be a much better character, at least on bind. But she is not capable of doing that, so yeah. That's a right-click dash, by the way. It's pretty unexpected, but most times it's just left-click.
And just like that, 2-player advantage. The plant coming through. Smoke now cycled in as well.
It would only matter on binds though, Maxima, so it's like, wouldn't matter that much.
Gunman and Hermes, realistically, what do? You can try to find something. This wrap through elbow.
Hit some bandit bangers. That's about all you got in a sheriff.
You can draw the attention. Maybe Gunman gets an angle to try to play through, but ultimately this is looking like it's going to be Hermes trying to find something, which he does. And then potentially a death.
But man, losing that 3 versus 1
Shot on that late linger.
lost us like 3 rounds in a row.
Still very well
No, actually, more.
6-1 already. A very good
It actually
scoreline
lost
to
us
lock
more.
up onto this attack
It was
side.
2-1. It would have been
Back to a
2-2.
buy, operator
Instead,
coming
it
in
become
for the
a
first time.
3.
See if this is gonna be
Sorry,
enough
it
for
would have
DRX
been
to
2-1,
right the ship a bit.
right? It would have been 2-1. But instead, it became a
I
3-0.
don't mind in some ways what Zeta does here with their
And now,
info gathering
essentially,
utility with the boom
we
bot, with
lost
the dog.
2.
You want to clear close in this round because you're worried about a shotgun. You're worried about a Bucky or something like that.
So
in
yeah,
Hugo or
it
an
does
Octagon.
matter so much. Holy shit.
Totally
And
get
we're
it.
still on the
These
back foot
rounds,
when it
though,
comes
I
to
wanna see that
economy.
info getting deeper, getting more value.
5 players
Why
short.
you-
Look at this.
As DRX want this operator.
Trailblazer this time putting pressure down towards Hermes, who is able to avoid the saturate. Almost gets clipped by that one. Where's convergent pass?
Oh,
Going to be sent across. Now the
okay,
arm
that's
again, maybe later.
combo.
There's 2 players completely caught.
There's a combo here.
Yep, rolls out the red carpet.
It's essentially a big saturate and big missile.
Push to the corner, spray and pray blind.
And
Hermes
that's
able to
an
find one, but
actual
Sugar
combo,
Zero
right?
Dancing around Dice.
That's an actual combo.
Keeps them in with a shout, but the spike is still dropped in front of
But again,
Gunman, but
it's the same
orders
thing
from
that
the
we spoke about
operator.
before. This is nothing new. We already had this on Haven, and that was not the context of the conversation.
Swoop in. Just doesn't quite get the angle, but
Oh,
Shota,
bro.
he just
Saw the
turns
gun.
back. Sees
Oh,
it and clears it.
bro.
Now a 2v2 in this round could very well be getting
Oh,
away from
no.
DRX. The pit going to be invested.
Oh,
Orbital
thank God,
available,
Freeing.
but
What such a good
clear,
reaction.
Not going to be necessary. Salvo's clear. Back a box. Knuckle behind Dice. Molly.
Oh,
over to
we
a
got
shower.
spotted.
Sugar Zero sends out some shots, and now they know his location. The stun about to connect. He
Nice.
swings
We
in, and
used
Maka
we
will
used
be able to get
another
the finisher,
ultimate,
man,
but
what a close round from Zeta. Nearly stealing that one away.
You should not feel bad about that at all as Zeta.
Oh, no.
You lose 2 players to that double ult combo, fine, and then you fire
at
back
least they
and you get
sacrificed the
that other
Viper
pivotal
ultimate as
ult
well,
out
so
of their
that's
hands.
okay.
Huge. Absolutely huge. You lose the Viper's Pit, not ideal, but it's not the most important ult. Yeah, there's nothing you can do.
Well, you could
But
if
the fact
that
you get those 3
Raze would
key
react
ults
faster.
Out of DRX's hands, they're not able to put them into good cycles. Gives you a great chance if you can keep up this good read, this good macro play, good identification of where players are and how to use your util better. And you've got a kind of a scuffed by here for DRX. Guardian Bulldog Judge. Early pit from Hermes with that Judge.
And by the way, the
Lockdown short.
Viper is so garbage in
Nice
crit
timing,
state.
though, and a good read. DRX
You can actually start
little
disrespecting the
bit,
fucking
but
Viper spit. It's crazy,
getting
man.
anything on this B side of the map, so they send the pit right as Zeta was starting to cluster up around short. It's now 3-2 split. Gunman here in hookah, Boombot. Just get cleared out, and he hits the shot.
Why would you wait for the players from long to do anything? See, this is like a big problem with not understanding macro.
Shota able to find Gunman, so operate on the floor for now.
Incredibly
Quick
big
refract
problem
back
with that
three.
not understanding. And this is literally what's happening in ranked. So how can I expect that my ranked players are shit fucking immortal to understand the problem that pro players don't understand? Right? And the problem here is the team doesn't understand that the pressure needs to be done from long first before you commit to hookah.
Thought for a second he might just TP and gamble it.
And if the long doesn't do anything, then hookah just holds and absolutely dunks on you. But if you lose a player on hookah, then you essentially cannot push from long anymore. Because then the players from hookah are free to hold long.
And then you're one away with Sugar Zero and Absol, so you
Can you bounce the molly of the tilted wall from Lamb so it lands on Spike? If yes, maybe Brim could have fast wrapped the backside and avoided. You don't have to do that, by the way. But again, players don't have enough reps to actually think about that. Because the wall, the angle here of this wall to bounce it like that is not consistent enough. It's very easy to mess it up.
Back into this, still 3
But
rounds
what you can do
separating.
instead is you can bounce the from. Ah, fuck me.
Yeah, the economy was a little weird. That's why you decided to save the gun.
I'll show you in a
Quite
second.
enough money. Wouldn't mind seeing a timeout here from ZETA.
There's
Based
much
on
easier stuff to do.
tendencies, we aren't going to get one. He's been pretty
It's much easier to just be
conservative,
standing
we'll
here, bounce from the wall above the box over here, and then it lands here.
It's been like
That's what you can do incredibly consistently. But you just have to go to a custom map and practice it.
One more.
Spoiler, pro players don't do that.
Breaks. Bite at the ready. Trail Blazer going to be sent. As there's the up and over, saturate into the corner. Eco not getting the catch, but will find the kill.
no.
Hermes should have just backed away from that one. But
Yeah, I
challenges in,
agree.
loses his life, as will Free.
I agree
Got
with
space
you,
for a walkabout
Achilles.
down
We
towards
fought
market.
that for no reason.
And gets taken off, but Gunman will note that flanker.
What do pro players practice then? Is it macro? What they
Backside
practice?
conversion path set,
Aim.
Flash out, full
Beautiful.
face, eat there, Bane. Absolutely screwed in the open. As Mako trying to go for a timing, but everything is being watched and noted here by Zeta Division.
Spike planted.
So no timeout call, no problem. They are going to be locking up a lead guaranteed.
Yeah, this is another great round in terms of execution here for ZETA. They go off instantly off the back of the dog, just in case it catches anybody close. You can throw the saturate right at him. Just get a spot onto Hermes, and Eco just challenges it, and this time he wins.
Sad pieces, brother.
So ready for it. And then he's patient with that convergent paths.
How
Save
often do
here on
you
the
see
backside.
teams do actual
And then
set
they throw
pieces,
the
man?
flash in the open space where the convergent path
Like,
doesn't hit. They
at
push
this
out of it.
point, I think
That
like
is
maybe 1 out of 10
really
teams
nice
is
stuff.
actually doing any
Really
structured
good
practice. Like
util
it's
usage from ZETA.
let me
Put them
explain
up.
this way. If there will be if a team has a structured scrim practice and actual practice without scrimming, right, which would include stuffs like fundamentals, macro, agent mastery, stuff like that, building like actual like set pieces and so on, then you would see that in the game. If you don't see it in the game, that means that the team is either not practicing that or is so bad at practicing that they cannot implement it into the game. So which one is worse? Which one is worse? And I can tell you from working with pro players and pro teams in many different games is that majority, like huge majority, not like 60%, but like upwards of 80 to 90% of the teams in every single esports, what they say practice, when they say practice, is actually just playing fucking games. Like games with another team, and that's about it.
Ping takes it away with the suppression. And he's not going to be able to fire off that rocket, but still.
But having a dedicated fucking practice, like custom, go to custom map, practice angle clearing, practice understanding positioning, that's boring, bro.
Minor little readjustment, but it's able to find
That's
a shot.
not fun.
XPL
We're
taken
pro
down.
players, man. We already know this shit.
To a decent start, but there on the corner. Stun, not going to be able to find Absol. He somehow avoided all of this. He's just tucked inside of the smoke. He hears all of them moving forward, and he's able to find two. Mako freeing, both going to be taken down, but Gunman fighting back tooth and nail, but they need to get the tap going. That orbital strike still available. Sugar Zero
Do we have the dagger?
just now
No.
considering it, but he's got the molly first. So Bane now trying to get it started. Has
Wow,
to
we
sprint away,
actually
can't escape
got the
blast
tap though,
radius.
so it actually forced the team.
And they've done wonders. The round is
doesn't
already
matter.
over. The
Too much
time
time
is not
passed.
there. Zeta Division playing with patience.
There's a
as
reason
Hermes
pros hate practice,
dives to
and
the
what's that
spike.
reason, Adam?
DRX can carry nothing over into the last round of the half off the back of the Red Bull clutch.
God, that is so well played. In particular, Sugar Zero this round. Nice shot there from Hermes, but again, he was very patient from that angle, but Absol hiding in that smoke doesn't get accounted for until it's too late. Hyunmin's like, okay, it's yum time.
Nope.
But Sugar Zero, it just takes so long to get into this retake. Sugar Zero has the molly and the ult, and he buys time and he plays it to perfection.
Hello, Samifia.
TP crunch, nothing spotted. So refract down. Bucky and
I already
Hammer
know,
is-
but there's a reason there's a big gap in teams from top to bottom. Could you stop vague chatting and just tell us what is the reason?
Very afraid, again, of an eco, not an eco in this case, but half buy, we'll call it. Push out.
The militia buy.
Ah, yeah. I like that. Now I remember.
Whenever they can scrape together. I mean, Mako's glass cannon here, so.
That's actually probably the most terrifying part of this round.
Probably not a good example, but I oh wait.
Plenty of shots flying. Convergent
Really?
path sent to just stop a potential scale. But
What?
Flank.
Zeta continue to try to play this one patiently. Mako around the
Oh
back.
no!
This
Oh, I mean, he got
almost
one,
absolutely
but oh
beefed it,
my
but it's still gonna
god,
end up being a
Eco.
2 for 2. Had he not been able to find the one kill.
That was really
would've been
weird ultimate by
as
us.
catastrophic as can be, but
30
Shota
seconds left.
again has lurked forward. He's gotten himself onto this B site.
I remember Shazam was
free
playing
pivot,
Jet and
a
Rank
free
when he
plan
was
for
playing
Zeta.
Sova and VCT.
Just check out around elbow, freeing, ready to go for the push, flush against the wall. Shota gives him the bad news.
I'm not vague chatting, I'm agreeing with your point. I'm just saying pros hate prags because they feel like they don't need it and it's boring. Example being coaches finding lineups for the players instead of doing custom work himself. Yeah, but the way you say it, no one will understand that. Including me. Because you say like there's a reason, but you don't name the reason. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you agree with me or not, because people who would read that thing that you say, they will not understand what you mean. Unless they will make an assumption about what you mean, and that's always wrong, right? Because
Get DRX up to 4 at the half.
right.
A little bit disorganized there in that post plant, giving up some 1v1s. Hyunmin is
Switching sides.
really, really good.
Like
Wanna
that's
give him
just
those
like
opportunities.
unfortunately that's just how people build opinions this time, like all over. Like for example, people read something on Reddit and someone just says, I'm stating the obvious, man, you should know better. Like someone on Reddit says something like that, including a pro player, and then suddenly everyone just takes it out of context and make up what he meant, you know? But yeah, there's
Zeta can
ego,
go back and watch the tape.
there's
After getting
ego,
the
lack of
flash confirmation
commitment,
on the
laziness.
position
All
there,
of that
onto
is
Hyunmin. XPL should be moving closer to the
actually
edge of
there,
that
you know?
tube, so that if there is a swing, he can counter swing a little bit sooner.
Hello,
but
Brazen.
Still, overall, a very good half. That last round, great. for
Which shirt?
DRX.
The
Love way they
one
set up
I
for that
actually
late
like the
push.
one that they have on
Hyunmin's still
stream,
topping the
the
charts
limited
regardless.
edition, the pink one. Did you see that one, Brazen? Because I got the new one here, but the one that they have is actually,
Firepower from your
look,
duel.
mine is also pretty cool, and it has
Still
like this
on point.
this emboldened
Real
like
question for me now
DRX
is,
logo as well.
Zeta
But
been
the
able
one
to
they
fix some
have,
of their
holy
defensive
shit,
side
is that one
woes?
nice as well?
Because this is really the half of the map where on most maps they struggle. But I feel a little more confident now with how good that attacker side looked, how good the protocols looked. A couple really good mid-rounding rounds. See if they can keep it up against DRX, who, you know, has opted into this double initiator stuff that on Haven looked so good.
Well, eyes now to Sugar Zero, who's been calling one hell of a game. We had some moments on Haven, but this has been, you know, a step above. Been clean
This is why I
for the
also
most part
say,
within
like,
division. So the mid-round
when
is
someone
interesting. I wanna see that
asks
continue.
me a question in
On the
chat,
defender side.
please include the full context, because I might not read it instantly as you said it, and I might just lose context of what you asked about. But if you ask with full context, like with a full sentence, then I'll understand what you meant, and I'll be able to answer at any point, right?
Taken low, but not falling down.
That's huge.
Lack of ambitions, wrong entitlement, most common issues, at least in tier 2, tier 3. Yeah, it's the same in tier 1.
Could have had the heals to come in to
Laziness,
push it back
ego.
up to 100, but
Lack of ambitions, like believing in their own natural talent,
peek over towards the spawn.
entitlement,
Gonna be
yeah,
safe
all of
there.
that shit.
DRX
It's
pretty
every single
confident
esport,
that's gonna be
every single esport, not only
Ruthane
Valorant.
and Puka. Pink shell to the one side. Flash going out, but on the re-swing, Mako going to be taken down. Another flash going to be connecting, but Bane pushing forward is able to find two, but
Damn, son, we
still
need that
get
pistol.
overwhelmed. Eco and Sugar
Man,
Zero to
that
survive.
one 3v1
pistols,
round
9 to 4
legit
on the
is
map.
making
Zeta
it so hard,
looking to
bro.
take this over to split.
I don't think we're gonna be
This is
forcing now.
A nice round for Shota. Another thing that was kind of rolling through my brain there as that round went on is that Shota is doing a great job with some of the lurks, with some of his timings, finding that extra open space for ZETA. And in this round, he's getting it done with the firepower, too. Big double kill there. A little help from XDL, but Bane throws a great flash, sets himself up, but there's just too many bodies from ZETA left. Yeah, he says it's good, it's good.
I remember Minion and Bolster talking about finding lineups in 4x3 for Leo, even though they play in 16x9. That was about Leo?
Only semblance of a buy up for DRX here.
Man, I would expect Leo to actually find his own lineups. But at the same time, maybe the Minion Bolster just had a very specific play in mind, and they had to like find it to see if it's even possible before they task the player with finding a lineup. That could also be a possibility.
Quickly, Absol backpedaling, setting up the paint shells, buying more time. There's no ambiguity about this at all. Mako taking point, ends up falling. As Hermes will be able to find the one. Shota, however, his angle protected as Absol's just fishing through the smoke, finds it, gets himself another paint shell, lobs it in. Bane, oh, he's dancing around the shot for a while, but eventually does get caught. Just the one casualty, a weapon to be recollected. ZETA up to double digits.
Yeah, beautifully played by Absol. Using those blast packs exactly when he needed to get
What
out
I
to
don't
safety.
get why orgs aren't tougher on their players or give their coaches more power to be able to enforce training after all the orgs are the ones paying the money. Oh, so you... I mean, that's very easy to answer.
Really close to a
because of exactly the same things that I mentioned before.
In that regard.
Ego and entitlement. Players think they are more important than coaches because this is esports and players know better than coaches. This is like the biggest struggle of every single esports since beginning of esports, because in the beginning of esports, in the beginning it was like way bigger problem. Now it's a little bit smaller problem. But in the beginning of esports, most coaches were just failed players who were just like not good enough to be playing their game. And most teams didn't even have coaches, right? So essentially the coach was like almost kind of like a manager and a water boy, right? So the players just didn't give a fuck. It was just like a whatever, you know? And that kind of mentality was being reinforced years over years over years over years. But when suddenly the teams were actually being established to a more professional stance, and it turns out you kind of need a coach, you know? And you kind of need a person who actually has an overarching like idea about how to structure a team and how to manage it, right? Then suddenly the perception should change. But it's hard now to change the cultural perception, and because players think they have power over everything. Like, you could name maybe few players in the entire fucking planet in every single sport that could hold power over a coach, and yet those players still would be held responsible in front of a coach. And I'm saying stuff like here about Michael Jordan, Ronaldo, Messi, you know, like, I don't know, Kobe Bryant probably, right? And those people would still be held responsible in front of a coach, right? But in esports, nah, bro.
Players there, maybe Hunman would try to use the waylay to pressure into showers, and you could catch him back on the refract or something like that.
You think players should train upper or lower body muscles in the gym?
Nobody home.
I think they should do full body.
To try to obscure this position. Not going to happen.
Saturate. Force him back. And okay, no, I've never... Still at it. Makes his exit.
And I can tell you one more thing. If player is being butthurt because he cannot get what he wants and he's a star player, he's just going to say, fuck you. I'm just going to play somewhere else.
Showers, but now you've got this triple push out as well from ZETA, garnering so much information.
And the problem with esports is that everyone cares about short-term gain.
Sugar 0 and Absol
That's it.
Hold their own on the site. 0 point, clears out lamps. Dash forward. Have to suspect that anybody on that A side of the map is going to be hovering around showers. Hermes now turning his sights back over towards short. Strikes it for one. Snaps on the shot to take out shots.
Nice reshots.
Hermes has been hitting today. Keeps him in a good spot. All back up.
Oh, Hermes, what a rising nice reposition. Now he waits. He's not peeking yet. Oh, this is such good. This is so good. Oh, if he gets more, man.
Able to find Bane, turns to the side, 9 degrees.
Oh no, Mako, why?
gets rid of
Why are we
Mako.
over peeking like
Now it's
this?
just Hyunmin finding one, and he
This is
cannot
the
steady it.
second time Mako
Absol
does the same thing in
finds
this
the
match.
third is Zeta.
No.
Whether or not it was a timeout, I do not know, nor do I care. They are up to 11. 7 rounds ahead of DRX.
Oh my god, dude, that is so uncharacteristic of Mako.
Love the play call. There's
In
one
like
little piece
we
of this
knew
goes
that the
awry
last
in the
two players are
plan,
coming from short.
and if they
We just
don't
had
count
to
the
wait
fact
for
that Hermes
contact.
couldn't slip the net between the showers
Oh
push out.
no,
and where they were
Mako,
coming
that
in, too
is
short.
not good.
Oh my goodness. You know,
He was absent on Haven, but he has been instrumental to Zeta's success so far here on Bind.
he's absolved himself. That's for sure. Come on, you kind of did it too.
Yeah,
Gonna fall back here.
on the way. Desperate times, desperate measures now. Absol, the peek out. Mako is just left on an island. Spike is now stranded out in front as DRX have clearly lost the damn plot.
What are we doing?
Go get him.
Yeah, we cannot play
one
like this.
coming
Like
up.
against this composition, we have to
Zeta.
play more defaulty.
Body Team Secret on 13-4. And DRX had a rough go of it earlier on in the bracket. 8-13 versus Full Sense. Eco, well, he's got the backup. And Hyunmin has got nothing more to offer. in
I
this round.
literally saw that fucking bullet landing during the
Swing
jump.
in,
I was like,
Absol
no.
is feeling it. 20, 10, and 2.
Where were you when Quickly
12
died?
rounds now for Zeta.
Seriously?
Looking to have a flawless second half. Just one more round. It seems like DRX is back to their old ways. No timeout intervention.
And you got a showstopper to worry about still too. I mean, yes, Bane
All
has
because
his
of that
ult, so he can
1v3?
maybe do something about that.
Yes.
Or at least
Yes,
delay it.
I know this sounds like I'm nitpicking or something, but literally that 1v3 is the reason why this map goes off wheels. That's just how like snowballing works in this game, because you start winning in both credit economy and in ult economy, and suddenly everything just flips on their heads. Just one round, and I'm not even talking about like mental aspect. This is just like in-game stuff. The actual in-game stuff here that matters, which is both economy of credits and economy of orbs. And suddenly both of them are just like, choop. So losing that 1v3 can be downplayed by a lot of people, right? But if you actually want to learn and learn the real reason why this map is just so one-sided, is that one round. Nothing else was as important as that one round.
We'll just counter swing the other side of tube. Finds the kill. Looks like DRX slated to try to make a go of this, but it's going to have to be 7 more rounds after this one. The walk out, and no, good God. You cannot open the door for this guy.
ADS.
0 point thrown, and okay, a bit of a double take from Absol does end up falling. No chance to start the heroics. Mako will find his first kill in God knows how long. Write it on your screens, co-streamers. 7 more chances.
I thought that knife was gonna bait Mako into his death. It went right at him. I was like, oh no. But other
Hey,
than
look
that,
this way.
yeah, hey, look at this. Look who's here. Bane's just trolling him. I will say that's a great round for DRX. Good flashes to set up, clear that corner. Good util to get onto the site. Everything there, really, really nice. Here we go again.
No, it's an aggressive defense push, something they did before on Heaven, but Absol was just like, nah, fuck you, bye-bye. Are you a fan of K in this meta? No.
Swing over to the other side.
definitely not.
Assume that DRX will make
I
a
don't
quick
see a point in this
rotate.
character. And
Trying to
if
get a
you,
beat
I mean, look,
tendency here is Sugar Zero, but
I have a little bit of a different perspective because, again, I'm talking from a perspective if I would be coaching a team. It would heavily depend what my players are capable of doing. If my players are very limited in the playstyle they have, then we're just going to play whatever they are the most comfortable with. Like, we're just gonna build a team of players who know how to play the agents, and doesn't matter if it's meta or not, because that's gonna be how we can actually win games and build out proper fundamentals and macro and so on, right? But if I would have to play a meta game, then I would... That leg is visible, by the way. If I would have to be playing meta for some reason, then I would definitely not be playing KO.
Go for the saves.
What the fuck was that smoke? The smoke on long, I think, was missed on purpose because of the push. It was just kind of like a anti-flash smoke.
I think now is
And then they push out of it,
setting up
I
some
think.
delayed traps. Don't hide players in that corner and by the teleporter at B long. Try something a little bit different. You know, keep putting some pressure at the longs. That's okay.
The funniest thing is that what I just explained is literally how would I approach learning Valorant just for a casual player in ranked. Just play what you have fun with, limit the amount of stuff that you need to learn because you have so much stuff to learn, and then you can just start adding more complicated, complex stuff on top, you know? It's like, it's the same approach, but you have to think about the fact that a pro team has 40 fucking times more to learn than a casual ranked player who learns the game.
That would be catastrophic.
Less than ideal.
Going to have their work cut out for them here, but DRX have made incredible runbacks in the past.
Glow does not look happy.
Yeah, Glow is like,
No. I mean, that's the default termy look. Yeah, this is what I want to see. A little more default. Don't give them anything for free.
There's a lot of ultimates that you can't just push because you get fucked by Waylay Race. If you go accidentally on the Waylay Race side, you just get giga fucked by ultimates.
Like maybe they're going to try to put some pressure at that position. I don't want to see anybody overstep here from ZETA. Take it slow.
Trailblazers are not seeing anybody outside of showers, and with the flash confirmation, could make them think that this is going to be the B site. So for the moment, that is stacked up. Eco here around the corner on an island.
Okay.
Be scouted out. Saturate. I mean, so many things just dumped into the cubby to try to find the catch. Convergent path's going to be set, but the frag has to be taken. They have widely held the angle here. A showstopper out.
There's a dagger. There's a dagger. No dagger.
But not going to be rewarded with any kills. Hyunmin finding him. Chips in the night there.
I don't know. We're watching two people in the smoke instead of showing something else or showing a bird's eye view. So
once again,
nice kills.
Quits.
Spike planted.
At least you would think. XTL 2 charges away. Looks like they will just be holding this formation. Not going to be going hunting here.
Shouldn't. Just see if Freeing wants to go hunting. He is loaded. He is flush with cash.
The worst part about this is that, look, I complain about the fact that we can't see shit when the executes are happening for like, I don't know, several years now, right? It's like you cannot, like, without watching the minimap, you cannot understand what's happening. And if I can understand what's happening, I'm just gonna assume that casual viewers, they definitely don't know what's happening. So if that's the case, nice. That's still okay. We still have economical advantage, so getting that was actually nice. That's a problem though. Yes, you're right. Wait, that was our Viper or their Viper? That was their Viper. Their Viper got the ultimate. Okay. Okay, maybe that wasn't the best thing to actually kill. Anyway, wanted to point out that if I would get, when it comes to observing, what I would like to get, right? So bird's eye view by default during big executes, because in current metagame, with all the like double duelists, million like, you know, dashes, double controllers, putting smokes, like affecting the entire vision of everyone, you can barely see what's happening. So if I would like to have a bird's eye view by default during those moments, and then replays of kills later on, right? You would understand better what's happening, but I can guarantee you that the community's perception will be like, what the fuck is this shit observing? We want to see the kills. Which we currently are not getting. Because of that.
being able to play, with some follow-through plans, with some good protocols, still is costing them a lot of rounds.
Well, just that pit at the moment from Hermes, or orbital strike available from Sugar Zero. So if they get into a post plan, he's still alive. Could try to just flush the Viper out with that. This is going to be an eco attempt here. Thrifty from Zeta, if they could pull it off. Two Sheriffs, a Shorty, Stinger, and the Vandal carried over.
In such situations, observers wouldn't catch the kills anyway. But you don't see people complaining about this.
He hasn't sent out a single piece of util yet.
Like, do you see, like,
That's got DRX kinda
you don't see people
scratching their heads a
like
bit.
complaining about
What is
observing during executes, not seeing kills, or like even understanding what's happening on Reddit, on Twitter.
Instead, they're gonna
I don't see at least anything like that. So it seems like everyone is fine with it.
Try to hold that spot. Once he sees this with the dog, I'd like to see him either get into hookah or reposition.
Double stack, Mako. The one on the opposite side to try to get this entry. Vandal and a Sheriff. High low stack. 0 point
Okay.
though.
That gives a lot of information about hookah players. This is really nice.
Gunman gonna go up and over the top.
Oh, and they were flashed as well.
The swing out from Bane. Only gonna be good for the one kill as Eco has the shorty out. Hermes
Ah,
falls to
shit.
the
It was nice
wayside. This is
effort.
all on freeing.
But we didn't get any utility out of the opponents.
A thrifty
All
to
right,
bring
split
the
we
match
go.
to its conclusion. Zeta Division. They are pushing us the distance here in our first series of
I
the
want
day.
to wait. I think the Teho ultimate was wrong direction, by the way. Let me check something.
First series.
I think the Teho ultimate was in wrong direction.
Go up and get it.
Let me see.
0 point though.
Yeah, it's in wrong direction.
Scouting him out on
So let me explain what I mean this. We got the informations because of the dagger landing here, right? And getting informations about potential players in Garden. But we have Garden control, right? So we literally already understand that no one's here. So the informations are about the players standing in those positions over here, right? When we get that information, we have a player, even two players here because Viper already went back, right? So we have two players who are holding hookah. And those players, their job is to kill those players who are in hookah, right? Or take the space that later on. But the thing is, we're only pushing with 3 players from long. And now, because we put this ultimate, this direction, those players from hookah, they just get the information, abandon hookah, go side. And if this ultimate just buys you time that you need to focus over here, and that means that's why this molly is over here for 8 seconds. That's why the second molly is gonna go here for 5 seconds. That's why you're gonna have double flashes going here as well. And you cannot do shit about that. But if the Teha ultimate would be the other direction, then the players from hookah would not have time to jump out, right? They would also not have the time to jump out. That would probably either die or maybe go over here in the last possible moment if they reacted like really fast. But if they would have pushed out of hookah, then they would go into our players and then they would feed on them because they would have to abandon their post, right? That's why the direction of the Teho ultimate is so important in understanding what's your macro plan. Because by doing it this direction, it reinforced the position on site. And that's exactly the opposite what we wanted to achieve with this execute here, right? So that's a big problem, by the way. That is a big problem. And whenever I am watching a Teho at professional level, there's at least one ultimate which has the wrong direction in every single team. Every single team. You know?
Every time when they chose a certain part of the map to try and look for an early kill, there was just no one there from Zeta.
Yeah.
And then after that, Zeta did pretty well to slow it down at the start, make sure you're not going one man down, and then hitting the right side. I think overall, Zeta do have really good synergy between their two duelists when sending it into the side. I think that's one of their biggest strengths, and that's something that we're going to look at.
Did Hammond have TP to live?
Because their pathing and their
He cannot
spacing
just TP
between
to live.
the
He
two of them,
needs
I
to
think
get
is
one.
actually pretty well rehearsed. and is a big reason.
Is this
of why they
elimination?
get,
Yes.
Good success.
Which
going
team
into
loses is out of the
Yeah,
tournament.
we heard from Eco in the post-match interview of their previous match, right? That Eco actually wanted to step up from initiator. He wanted that duelist role, and he knew that he had to work well with Absol in order to do this kind of double duelist setup. And he feels like
I think they can
have
dodge
been,
on the line. Viper's in
moving
in this
steadily, and
example
we're
already
seeing
out
it
of hookah, and the
here
first
because,
burst hasn't even started.
again,
But
in
the
the
you have to also remember. I'm gonna go back to that example. That your placement, initial placement of the ultimate also matters. Look.
He's
0 point though. Scouting him out.
Look. This ult starts in a moment, right? You could start it from here. Not from here. From here. Right? Like, I'm not saying overall it would matter, but it could. And would definitely a better outcome. Right? But overall, we didn't play like default enough against this lower buy to just get out the utility first. That's another problem. But it's like, I just wanted to talk about the Tejo. You know?
Absol was one of those duelists that we really had a lot of attention on, and he's been really delivering in these past few matches for Zeta.
Yeah, I mean, we had to see him step up after a very poor map one. Incredibly bad from him. And now he turns it around on his head. I love it when players are able to do this, especially those duelist players, because if you have a bad map, you can't let it get to you. You still have
The
to
tournament
be the tip
format
of
is
that
awful.
spear. You still have to be the one finding that impact.
Are people saying that, or is that only
Yeah,
your
we're gonna
opinion?
have to see even more from him on split with a
Yes.
double duelist. We're talking about.
Before the tournament started, I said that this triple elimination format is too many games. But I don't know what's the public perception of it. I just said that, like, it's way too many. Like, there's way too many games that don't matter that much. And they start mattering when people are just already kind of fed up with that many games, no?
One that looks like that in a map.
Or
that
do
is
people
so
like it? Maybe I'm
different.
wrong. I'm not
And
saying I'm
even
right,
in
you
the
know?
middle of the rounds, you see sometimes how, sure, Zeta are down by numbers, but Absol actually keeps his metal and keeps his wits about him, and he's able to turn around so many of them.
I mean, I think playing the duelist is actually a mentally quite a tough role. Oftentimes, you know, if the meta isn't great for duelists, you're just kind of sent into die sometimes. So I think you can see it where oftentimes they might have a bad map and it can kind of get to them a little bit, but the great duelists are the ones that don't let that affect them. That understand they have a job to do, and it's not always about them. It's about making the space, it's about doing these other things, and then when you're able to get the ball rolling in those other parts that are important for the role, then you start bragging on top of that. So I think that's a very, very impressive map 2 performance from him.
Well, he's going back to the Yoru again, and the Yoru was the one that he had the kind of the stinker on for the first one. So hopefully that doesn't.
I know a
stay
few
in his mind
that
too
like
much
it and a
they
few that
got
hate
from
it.
the
In my
race
opinion,
game,
it's
just
way
that
too much,
one
and
thing that
especially
I
the first
do
week doesn't
mention that
even
I like
matter
about
at
the two
all.
of them entry together is I did see sometimes Absol
I mean,
the Yoru
yes, it's like-
was a little bit too fast to TP. So he would
Essentially,
send
the
his TP through,
first
he would
week
run in with the
is
neon, and
like,
then
if
jump,
you
jump,
ignore
jump,
the
because
first
usually
week, then the
neon is
tournament
raining
becomes
space
double
for
level.
the
It is what it is. It
and
is
when he
what
would
it
around
is.
sometimes where the Yoru would put his TP, he gate crashes, he comes out, the defender's looking at him, and then Ego's the one that kills.
There's not enough
It
chaos
still works,
Yeah.
right? You still get the entry, but you preferably want both of them to survive the entry.
It's not exactly how you would want it to go
Yeah,
down.
there was a couple of moments on split like that, but in general, I think their timing is pretty good. So, Absol, we're looking at you once again to pick it up on the Yoru this time.
Yeah, and especially with what Ego said that they were working on it, I don't think we're gonna see
If
mistakes
we're
like
gonna
that,
see
like very minor
Tejon
mistakes like that
again
as we
on
had
split, then
into
we
the
should be
split.
using
Now,
Breach.
over to the side of DRX, this
Like, there's no way we're going for
split was,
KO.
caught our
Like,
attention
Breach is
because
just
they
so good
recently changed their comp. And I
on split.
highly doubt, we said this earlier, that I highly doubt we're gonna see another composition from DRX, but this time I highly doubt that we're gonna see another change.
Yeah, I mean, I think them swapping to that double initiator, right? It's the Sky Teo. I mean, I think
Grubinho on kickoff, I think the new format is really good for everyone. Is just like one sentence, or is there a reason?
I don't want them to go back to double duelist here. It seems to now be a very common thing. It looks like they're standardizing all the way across their map pool. And also, I think it can play very well into double duelist if you pilot it effectively. So it wouldn't make much sense to go double duelist. I think they can stay with that Sky Teo, and it'd be very impactful here. They just have to sort of drill some things down, define some things to make sure that they're not kind of doubling up in those areas.
That makes sense. Also, Freeing really likes the Teo, so it makes sense. I think also they can make these changes with the double initiator. If Bane feels really comfortable in slotting in whichever initiator Termi asks him, or whatever initiator they choose, whether it is the Breach or whether it is the KO that was on Bind, right? If he's comfortable to just play whichever initiator, then the rest of the guys are kind of playing comfort, right?
Yeah.
So Hyunmin is just playing some more Waylay, right? Which is nothing too weird. And Mako is playing Smoker, which he always does,
Yeah.
right? So the rest of the guys are playing comfort roles. So as long as Bane's willing to kind of flex whichever initiator it is in their double initiator, it's not too crazy, to be honest.
I mean, you might want your players to be very, very comfortable and in their prime, because this is a map that will eliminate.
Okay, so the only argument
Zeta
we
or DRX.
potentially play one more game because if we get 0-3, we get not 0-2.
I mean,
Breach is back.
that's definitely the one we have to highlight here. We saw them play Skytail. Now it's a swap to the Breach, so they're trading off information here.
I will tell you the
Breach
one
isn't
thing.
getting information the same way Sky does.
If there's a
It does
team
get you that
who
massive
goes
kind of power
instantly
to take
out,
those spaces and sync up well with
they
the Waylay,
suffer
which is
more
really what
than
they're
by
gonna be
losing
looking for here.
0-2.
Very, very similar to their Haven.
Because if they lose by going 0-3,
where they're able to hit the side
fans
pass.
will be
I think
like,
it is a
this
little
team
bit-
is
it
shit.
needs to be a little bit
They will
more
have no
set
cope.
and more pre-coordinated
There will be
than
no
the
way of
Sky
like
that Sky you
saying,
can just kind of
well,
wing
you
it a little
know,
bit,
it
pass
was
out
just
the
two
smokes
matches,
really
man.
nicely. This one, if
Maybe
there's
they
a
just
smoke
we
in
don't
front
get
of you, it's
hasty
kinda
with
hard.
opinions.
Right, so Zeta
But
need
now
to
if a
make
team
sure
goes
that they're playing
0-3,
behind the smokes, and
everyone will put their fucking head on the stake. Change the team, bro! What the fuck is this garbage, man? Change the team! The fucking coach sucks, man! Leave my star player alone!
To see how are they going to play this Breach on the defense side.
That's right, double initiator once again for DRX, and Youngmin or Yum Yum on the Waylay. So you like more changes once again, and for Zeta, it's something tried and tested. We're going to see who takes this one and who gets eliminated from kickoff. We're going to pass it over to our casters, Achilles and Paper Thin.
Another change up here from DRX, really leaning into this Breach tail with the Waylay.
So we do have Breach
Pretty
now.
much just
Okay, nice.
Shades of G2's old composition here on Split. Aside from, it was always Jogamo playing that Yoru instead.
This is live? Yes, it is.
See how this does look. Decent outing. Start things off on Haven, but as you can see, DRX, this would be the lowest finish.
So we literally played the composition from... oh, no, never mind, there's a Viper. Never mind. All good. I wanted to say we played the composition from Haven, but we have Viper instead of Cypher. Hello, Narcissus Solomon.
Crazy.
Bring them down.
Here they go.
I'm out of here.
Tagged
Down
up a
across.
bit. Yeah.
Quick takeover towards ramp. Hermes going on the reposition.
Oh,
Sugar
we
Zero is
didn't
just
know
teed up
about the
onto the
TP.
Raptor into heaven, takes him down
That
from
is a
behind.
problem. It's a headshot, but it's gonna be a problem.
TP forward comes through, but they're just overwhelming them as Bane falls the wayside.
Oh! Oh! That is a saving grace. Holy shit.
2v2. As
Don't miss me too
Senman
much.
and Mako. make their
Oh,
way
some...
over to the site, but Sugar Zero.
No! Oh, we're not trying to play together, man.
Paranoia connecting onto the one, just gonna be a double re-wrap. Footsteps gonna be
Oh, we
heard.
really
Mako
don't
just
try to
no
play
window.
together.
Try to isolate from here. That frenzy, free fired on the corner. Will give Zeta another pistol. 4-1. Zeta have been dominating the starts of these maps.
Yeah, I love the way that they take control of that ramp so quick. Such an important
That
part
TP
of
here by
Split.
Suga Zero was literally the reason why they
Attention
won
that
this
they're able to
pistol.
gather has Hermes
And we
just
didn't
trying to
hear...
hold the
either
line.
there was no comms
Again,
about the
another
TP or no
criminal
one heard
TP
it.
from Sugar Zero, just getting away with murder. And I love the way that they instantly group up there in that 2v1.
Is Frenzy
Wait
good for
that
Neon?
trade.
It's all about your
Beautiful.
comfort with the guns.
Exactly what you need to do as Zeta. Things like that have been so successful for you when you're playing as a team. The coordination's there. Bit of a util battle. Yeah, just you know, just a little smidge of damage on the Mako.
Hello,
but
Speedy.
Nothing
Hit
further.
him for 15.
Yeah, you know.
They're able to get the orb take into Bane's hands to try to fast track the Rolling Thunder.
It's so incredibly funny
Three-player
that
push down,
after
spawning
Flashback
esports, shows
started
on
playing
this
Marshall
round.
Yoru after winning
Ball
pistol
ball
rounds,
Stinger,
literally
and
everyone on the
facing
planet
the
is
wrong
doing
way
that
for
now.
Flip, though. Ooh, what a
I-
timing there.
I don't even know it's a good thing. I don't like it, personally. I don't think Yoru should be playing a Marshall, but
I think that they have seen him at all.
that
He
is crazy. Never mind, he was playing spotted now.
Hermes does
That
check
is
back in.
crazy. Now they have to push B.
A critical find.
Yeah, and they didn't.
Not looking to have the mistakes of Sen earlier.
What the hell is going
Find
on
the
here?
Viper. They absolutely need. Gives them a leg back into this one as they try to pull off a thrifty, but Bane's going to be struck down. Mako here behind the box. Eco should be able to flush him out, gets the spot, gets some damage. Pull back away, and Mako dies!
Mako dies to 10 damage, by the way.
Oopsie.
Mako dies to 10 damage from the stun because team kills are 33% of the original damage.
Some cool ideas
Actually,
from
that's
DRX,
less.
honestly, in that round.
The center of
Mako
explosion is
might have called for that stun.
35.
He might have
The
been just like
outer
this
rim
stun,
explosion
bro.
of
Like
the
they're
new
trying to
Teho
play
stun is
I'm dead anyway.
25.
But
So that's literally
the way that DRX actually
8
does
damage.
This, you know, they're able to
That's
deal with the
literally
lurk when
8
shows
damage
up,
on Mako
and
to
then they're
kill.
able to stall just enough to get
So
their
funny,
players
man.
to be able to flood the site, so they give themselves a decent opportunity. And just, you know, again, the superior firepower for Zeta.
How did they
prevails.
cross each other? Because of the Viper
One
wall.
thing I really want to see ZETA do is have some good lurks, have some good impact in that moment. Like the way that he actually timed that smoke, just kind of didn't. Have
So
the
fun to
follow-up
have a
thought
sniper
that
rifle that he
players really
can
either
comfortably
already-
play like a shotgun. Yeah, it's
'cause he was so
really
impactful
terrible
on
idea to have it in the
Though
game.
he wasn't
But
lighting
don't
up
worry,
the kill
it's
feed
only 6
necessarily,
years.
He was finding that open space and giving them those great mid-round opportunities.
I
So,
got them into the B site so many times.
so many times.
Now, anti-bonus.
Oh no,
conversion
Hammys.
here for Zeta.
Oh no,
Thought it would
Hammys.
be
Oh no, Hammys.
jiggling out immediately. Patient play from Zeta.
You guys remember the last time we saw Split? It was literally the same. When I was pointing out the jump peak by Hammys in vents. Do you guys remember that?
On a Sugar Zero.
And I showed you how an opponent knew the interval that Hammys would be jumping at.
Hyunmin trying to find the pick.
God damn it, man.
Have to refract back as will just be an exchange. A TP forward. Mako trying to hold this angle. Will be able to do so. It's going to be abandoned. Zeta Division, get ready for the pivot. Another mid-round call.
Beautiful.
Try to change the pace and shift over to the opposite side of the map, where at the moment it is
30
only
seconds left.
freeing there.
You knew
Freeing
because of the way
cannot
that
use a
Crack
single piece of
was gonna
util
be-
and just have to get
at
like
least
3
two.
kills.
Goes for the push. Just getting jumped on. Eco
Yeah,
taken
I
down.
think it's
Sam
only
through the
one.
map, is able to find him, and that late linger from Shota
That is
once
rough,
again.
guys.
Just
Galactics, thank you for reaching level 10 in the Citadel, man, in the exclamation mark
And
PCN.
ultimately, I mean, you have to be considering this.
Much appreciated.
Seems like with Hyunmin, as far forward as he is,
Oh, dude, it was almost there.
wants to try to play it out, but pays the iron price. Bane,
Yeah, we're saving.
smidge away from being able to find Shota, but now he's going to be on the back foot. Shota
Oh,
will
shit.
find him.
Oh, this is rough.
No clue.
Oh,
where that
this is
Viper
rough.
could have gotten to. 3-0 start. Zeta with another bonus conversion.
PNC.
Good
Deflotus, my
mid-rounding
bad.
again. It's getting that opening kill, opening up that extra space for you in mid to give you that pivot position. You get the refract out, you get the identification that Mako is also on site on B. And then you can just quick over towards A. At worst, it's 2 over there.
They are going to be burning the hub to the ground if Zeta close out this series.
There's
Philly
plenty
style.
of them though, so
Philly
it's okay.
style.
Yeah, look.
Start greasing the poles, making sure they can't climb up any lighting fixtures.
I was gonna say the good news is there's plenty of hubs in Tokyo, so you know if you burn that one down, there's backup options.
Can we double check the graphic?
What did
Is
it
this
say?
Zeta? Is this a Zeta timeout?
What?
I don't know.
Ay. So far, we're literally losing because of overpeaking.
Positive reinforcement. Call a timeout. So you just
Hello, Dart. How you doing?
So well.
My God, you
Oh,
guys, you're the
Yata,
best team.
Sugoi,
Yeah,
all
Sugoi.
that. Everything's going great. That leaves me scratching my head.
It just 本当いいでした。本当いいでした。
That's another thing that I have a little bit. It grinds my gears that that people who are involved in professional scenes
kinda
don't
worked on
understand
mine, so-
that sometimes a coach can make you winning 3-0 and the coach of the team who's winning 3-0 is calling a timeout.
Find out yet.
Jen-
There is probably a very good reason for it.
Post-game interview. Zeta wins. We
There's
wanna know
probably a
about the
very good
timeout
reason
call.
for it. That will try to set up like protocols. The coach knows his team fucking better than the fucking casters and analysts.
DRX.
I'll tell you that. So I would believe that a coach will call a timeout because he knows his team that they need to have a call. Maybe his team is actually prone to fucking losing to ecos. So they need to fucking, like, you know, Like, don't do spooka, guys. Please don't go into sewers and hookah with the against the shotguns, right? Be very mindful about that. I would fucking call out the timeout like that if I know my players are fucking prone to tilting like against ecos, you know?
And that Bucky just ends up falling.
So I think it's and that is a narrative that's being used so often by like casters and viewers and so on. There's a good reason why why the coach does that. How long have you been playing Valorant? Since alpha. So that's 6 years.
Start for ZETA.
30
I do
seconds
wonder, are these timeout calls just to avoid opening the door for DRX, stopping them from being able to find
Yes,
mercies?
Achilles, most likely. Yes, Achilles,
again, there
you
might just
probably
be
got it now.
Little things that XQQ feels like he needs to remind his team of. Because in this case, like, they do some really good stuff with their util. There's the dog to check up on the box. That gets them that Bucky out of the equation. See if Freen can find one here. Nope. Sugar Zero's got it. It's a flawless for ZETA. But on top of that, also, the Paranoia, they had a TP set up. So if the Paranoia hits Absol, he can get back up top. And he goes crazy. I mean, just little things.
Would it be a good timeout if one of those 3 rounds they win look very shaky? They can be winning 3 rounds very well, and then the timeout can still be justified. We don't know why the coach is calling it out.
It comes in like 2 rounds later.
Like, I don't understand this. Like, in normal sports, you do the same stuff.
Yeah. Just gotta get him,
In normal sports, you do exactly the same stuff. You're winning. You call a pause or whatever, and you call out a tactical like information to establish like better control of the game. It's the same stuff, normal stuff. In normal sports, I really doesn't understand. It pisses me off when I hear people saying like stuff. Are we winning? Why are we calling timeout?
They're just gonna go.
Hit the accelerator now. Freen here at elbow.
Oi, 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 oi.
Swings around the front. Next DL. Collects the elimination.
Yeah, we're getting wrecked over here.
Again, ZETA just catching DRX completely off guard with these change-ups.
Spike planted.
XCL gets a kill, he gets his ult. There it is, from the plant.
And I will tell you one thing as well in pro teams. And that's again not based on Valorant, because I never was involved in like coaching a team in Valorant or like managing a team in Valorant, but I did that in other esports, team-based esports as well, right? And I'll tell you one thing: when teams have an easy game because they start winning like 4-0, 5-0, something like that, many pro players are just like, it's already won, man. Like, oh, haha, ho, 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 he, he. And everything in the comms becomes just a joke, you know? People start losing like attention, and they're just not putting effort anymore. That's probably why you could also not probably, but that would be a valid, very valid reason for me to call out the timeout.
They suss out the player behind screens, and even though I really like the patience and the timing from Siota, it actually just is so fast for DRX, and now they've got a bunch of ults. So does ZETA.
Why are in a situation like that where ZETA ulted CT, people running away from Fatal? Don't you want to get a hit early to region HP faster?
What we saw earlier from ZETA.
The
Work the map a little bit here. Look for those first
region.
Wombo combo available to him. The Rolling Thunder convergence.
I'm actually not certain. Does the counter stop ticking after the ult ends or when you get hit? I actually never checked that.
Absol spots them out. TP's back outside of garage. Eco at the same time. Very far forward. And
I think it should be starting from when you get hit. Well, I'm actually not certain.
Catching Mako completely off guard, and Bane scrambling, trying to figure out which way he needs to be facing. Finds one.
We almost had a 2-for-1 here. Fuck. And that was an ultimate from Breach as well. But in general, like, we're just giving them easy kills.
Spike planted.
Right back into it. Similar scenes to Bind. They just do not.
But I think players should be smarter, ideally. You know, that's not the reality, no?
Overwhelm these players. It doesn't feel good, but freeing. He's just gonna have to save a bulldog and half armor.
It's the awareness and the understanding of the situation here for ZETA. Makes me wonder if this was also talked about.
If players should be smarter, we would not have shitty fundamentals and like losing the ecos and like bad smokes for the past 6 years.
And
You
on
know?
the site, there's one deep in back site, there's one kind of by pillar, and one in garage. Like, they are giving no opportunities for Zeta to collect more than maybe one if they do go for those wombo combos.
A chance for Shota. Freeing continues his push, and this would give him the pit, and he is gonna have it. Nothing retained. Everything given over to Zeta. Another round win. And
This
all it
is
really
a
cost them
problem,
was just the
guys.
Dimensional drift, which given how Absol's been playing, it's gonna build up another one very quickly in a half.
Yeah, and that was pinged out on the entry, the player up top. It was Hermes on the Viper. And they were double checking that position to make sure he wasn't going to try to drop down and get close.
We are running away with worse economy. I mean, the opponents are running away with better economy. That's what I meant.
They're really being diligent and really understanding their situation. So now as DRX, this might be, I think, a call to get aggressive, to find your opportunity to use those ults in an effective situation where you're going to catch a couple players at a main or something.
I mean, they just got thrashed. Nothing carried over. Not sure what the buy is going to look like here, but it's not going to be a great one by any means. So,
Thank you for the follow, Elira and Duval.
invest those ultimates into this round. Do you try to pull off?
Was that how Ulf worth losing it gun and economy? He already had the ult, so
Set a minor game plan.
in general that was not.
on this
I don't think it was
and then
good
something
decision to
wider
pick
for the
there.
next purchase. It's hard to see, but it feels like Zeta Division have just had the upper hand outside of that Haven, and even then we started to see them start to come alive.
I think we just have to play more
The
retakes
change in positions.
in general, like against this composition, the way they play, you know.
Now you can put Bane up into heaven. Mako still
So you can jump up and check
in
that
the
box.
tight corner position.
So that smoke is not the best for the
Looked like it was
attackers.
just a minor change in where the agents were kind of holding. I mean,
Will we play sub games today?
I mean, I think
What
Zeta's
time is it?
thinking-
11?
I'm thinking that
We'll
maybe
see.
They try to go for a trap play.
I have to go to the doctor's office today with my daughter, so I don't know.
Setting up the TP.
I have to call my my wife after the game's finished. Please, Hamis. Please, Hamis. Don't die first.
Sprayed down. Mako.
Don't die first, Hamis.
Gonna get inserted into garage. Smoke ready, cycled forward onto mid, trying to maintain some control, but already Hermes being zoned away by the aggressive smoke out from Sugar Zero.
I really don't like how we default to just play someone in vents. Like, it just allows them to go, like,
Bane
that split
just there
almost
with
every
the smoke.
time.
Paranoia gonna be sent to swing in. Now they know about Mako. He's gonna try to push the issue. Fight swinging out. Now the overdrive crunching in from behind.
Yeah.
Seconds
They
left.
all get destroyed. Shota now slotted forward in defense. Red does get flushed out.
Spike planted.
Good shot from Hermes to try to give them an opportunity, but it's a 3v4. Feel like you'd have to take at least another kill before you're really willing to try to commit some of these ultimates in.
Here.
Swings out a little bit wider, trying to lead with that Vandal.
3 ults, you can't use
To the
ults
drop,
this round.
nothing seen. Flash forward to hold those Heaven players at bay.
You're not gonna win this
Hermes
most likely. You
back
only
down
have
low.
one
He's
gun.
making his exit. He's
Opponents
holding
have
on to that
numbers.
Vandal and carrying
You
it.
ulting here doesn't give you shit.
Good luck to
No
Kevin
one is to
Frame.
follow that.
Widely just gonna sit back and die to the spike.
Gotta go.
At least they should be.
Eco just making sure there's no ninja defuse. He's the neon. He can hang out a bit longer than the others. Yeah. Just great
Not
awareness
looking
here.
great,
You know, while
guys,
the
but it's
execution's
okay.
happening, Sugar
Split
Zero
is
throws
slightly
Paranoia into that
attacker-based,
smoke and gets
so
the player in there, you know,
it's fine. We need like
I think it's probably Mako, not
6
Bane,
rounds
but it
on
doesn't
defense.
matter in this
is-
case. And
is
then
definitely
immediately
okay.
pop The overdrive here to get the crunch onto the players. That's, again, it's just so well drilled. It's so well thought out, and everybody's doing the right things at the right time, not giving any opportunities to DRX, capitalizing.
0-7-1
He was,
for Mako.
was calling me.
Rough performance from the previous map carrying over. Spring, however, with some spam is trying to jumpstart the engine a bit. Things rolling once again as Mako push out. And it takes a little while, but eventually he's able to find his first kill of the map. Shota dead. Now, DRX can very much fully focus on the forces outside of A.
Well, now you're left with some bad options as Zeta just winning or losing out on some of those early trades has put you in a Awful position. You'd love to get some ults out of this round, though. If you can fight through, get a couple more kills.
Well, there's one of them.
Wait, why?
The least important of 3 of the 4.
Why?
Those that's less important, but
True.
Oh, we are scared. We are scared so much.
Looks like it's just going to be gather up into vent. They might even just try to overwhelm this.
I don't like this.
They're just going to go for a 3-player push.
I really don't like this.
Gets the spot. Snake Bite is going to be late, but spray from Eco. Unable to find the kill. Hermes survives critically. And that now
I really don't like this because it exactly allowed what happened here. It potentially could end really badly. If we just played contact and then go back, then we could reactively use the Viper Pits. And now they, and now they're pushing. Look, and now just they're pushing to the one. We just diverted.
Rolling Thunder going to be sent. Does not clip onto Eco. They still have time. They're trying to get the plant down. As Absol finds one, but now the Armageddon, the convergent pass. I mean, it's everything thrown at this round, and it will result in the win. That is a 4 ult investment, and they are still losing players. Absol, if he had found that, would have been as catastrophic as you could possibly get in a round win.
And all of that was just because the Viper split.
That in a round you lose, it goes much better than that.
Guys, I just want to explain to you why I didn't like that Viper split. That Viper split is diverting your opponents into your weak side. There's a 50-50 chance there. Like, depending on the information of your opponents, right? There's a high chance you divert your opponents into your weak side because you're playing the weak side, where's the Viper split. So we essentially killed Mako there in B main by Viper pitting. And that then cascaded into using all of those ultimates there. Mako should also be way more passive though. Yeah, I mean, he should. Yes. But why is he not when there's a Viper split? We don't know. It's very hard to understand.
Sunset coming off the back of that. Gets one, gets out. Still going to be left on the floor.
Yeah, they're doing a great job starting to control this A-ramp space at the very least. It's a nice set play there. Stun into saturate. Still though, Zeta hoping that, oh, that drone's gonna catch. So now you can lean this strong side as DRX, but you don't have heaven control, so that mid pivot is still there. You could swing all the way up into B if they so choose.
So we have no control over heaven. The smoke now allows Hermes to not understand if someone is going into spawn. We hear them going into vents. We hear that so much. We hear that so much. Mako gets information about the Omen there, but now he knows that they're pushing into B. So he puts a smoke to hide himself. We know about the ultimate from the opposing Omen. We don't have an aftershock to stop the plant. Mako has to stay alive. Literally have to stay alive. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
They are just absolutely running them over.
Yeah, I mean, Mako had to stay alive.
Everything to do, but Decade down the
but when everyone else dies, then Mako gets pushed.
And it's 7 rounds. Still with 3 more to be played in this.
Oh my. And that was a 5v4, by the way.
Feel like a broken record. Great mid-rounding. Okay, you lose a player, and they're fighting out of these man disadvantages so well. Sugar Zero, great idea to TP there. Use his ult, you know,
that Omen ult was really good, by the way, from the opponents.
Opponent first, Mako. After he receives the counter paranoia, he repositions. That means you know where he's at, and Mako's gonna have to think about the, you know, where that TP even went. Oh, that could be trouble though.
Pushes the smoke, finds one.
Lol,
finds 2. Mako trying to get out. TP can't go deep enough. Eco's still able to collect 2.
Oh, for
Absol.
fuck's sake.
TP to the back site. And just rips them limb from limb.
Well, I guess nice shots.
Those early heroics. That window of opportunity that feels like Mako has just afforded his team. Very quickly gets slammed shut.
Another nitpick, but the observers sometimes show one person on the DRX alive and switches to Neon Pov mid-fight. Looked like Mako got the shorty kill for a second.
Do any more damage?
killed Eco.
Wait, wasn't that Mako kill?
But as soon as he grabs it, he
It
will
was
die.
what?
A window of opportunity.
Wait, am I stupid? Wasn't that Mako getting the kills?
Oh,
That was Mako getting the kills, no?
Pushes the
Yeah.
smoke, finds one.
That was Mako
finds
getting 2 kills.
Mako trying to get out. TP can't go deep enough. Eco still able to collect 2. Is that
Oh,
so?
after, like
Even
with the
that sight.
Phantom.
And they asked, who is the player in Japan that everybody's talking about
Last round?
that isn't
Oh, okay.
DFL
Never
right
mind.
now?
Never mind. Okay, it's confusing.
Absol's the one that a lot of the people in Japan think has the most actual potential, and that he's starting to show it.
I think he already has in some of the previous games. He just hasn't.
Guys, what did I explain to you about the ultimates from Fades and shit? What did I explain to you? With breaches, ults, and so on. What do I always say?
The not so gentle giant anymore has woken
What do
up.
I always say, guys? What do I always say about this kind of ultimates? Is this good or bad? I mean, I'm happy that they are doing the bad ultimate. But it's legit incredible that tier 1 teams are doing the fucking ultimates here. Waylay, Breach, Fade, all of the same shit. It doesn't matter if you affect those fucking angles, because the first angles you have to fight are those and those. So you should be, instead of what you ulting here, you should be ulting the pink angles. This is your ult angle. This is your ult angle. It's incredible how 6 years of this game and people still didn't learn this at tier 1 level, man. It's incredible, man. Every team does the same shit. And not a single team went and thought, maybe this is actually not the best.
DRX off guard, as Zeta's been able to do so many rounds over so far.
Portal closed.
And if Mako goes for a jump peek,
Like with Fade Ultimate, like you get even an exact information where the player exactly is behind that fucking spot.
Mako's gonna scale into that smoke and cause problems. Green.
damage exchanged. Hyunmin ready for the swing. Will be able to find
Okay.
Shota. Another critical advantage here is continue to get this back and forth of the Omens outside of Garage. Once again, Paranoid's exchange between 2 of them. Corner has to be cleared out. Absol at the same time has the dimensional drift, and Eco has the overdrive.
Okay,
Will
Bane,
get that
thank
down.
God. Oh,
will
Bane,
find
okay,
another
2 for
before
1.
Killed off.
3 versus 2. Don't die. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, we have the Waylay ult. This is the last round.
Slowed up.
Where he is.
About to expire. Swings
Oh
the corner,
no.
finds the headshot,
Oh,
tries
thank
to
God.
drag across,
Okay,
got there a
8-4.
little bit
Doable
faster,
if we
almost
get the
certainly
pistol
would
round.
have
Pistol round is so pivotal.
These last 2 rounds, DRX
Switching
looking a
sides.
lot more like the DRX we expected coming into this series.
Was
that we were
Valorant
seeing
out
on
during
Haven,
COVID, not earlier?
but has been so widely absent for the last, what, hour and 20 minutes.
It was during COVID because we, like, guys,
onto the running Eco,
here you have,
then ignores the clone and
this is
immediately
a
jumps onto
souvenir
Absol.
that you
Really
got
nice
if you were
awareness,
part of the
really
alpha
nice
test of
reactions from
Valorant,
the
right? And
XDL.
it says here,
XDL tried to do
over
it,
here,
but
it says
it's pretty in trouble at that point.
Valorant for the daring,
You know, that fourth
March 17 to
Very
18,
pivotal here for DRX.
2020.
The defender side has been a struggle
And that was meant to be in
every
Barcelona.
map, or most maps, I should
But
say, for Zeta. So
Literally just
It could
COVID
very
broke
well be,
out,
but
and this was made online
comes down to this
instead of in Barcelona.
Zeta has had
It
that upper
sucked
hand.
so
They've
much.
only
Like I would have been so awesome to meet the developers in person and all the players and so on, but unfortunately that didn't happen.
We might as well just go ahead
And we had to do the event online.
We should be able to run it from there.
makes you wonder if Zeta does win the pistol, do they call another early timeout after a bonus?
That depends. I mean, you know, Mini probably wanted to call. He maybe would have been willing to call a timeout after round 11.
Yeah.
With the way that Mako just held his own at backside. So, you know, as the dial-up catches up, could happen.
Or he might be waiting for the repair guys to upgrade his internet. You know.
That's true.
Yeah.
And we know they're going to be terrible and slow with that.
I have no idea what to expect in the second half. I mean, Zeta's got my jaw on the ground sometimes here today.
I mean, it's got to be. Yeah, we have to see this composition on display because at the moment for DRX, this comp has kind of been like a Spirit Halloween.
All right, let's
version
see.
of Vision Strikers comp.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, the look is kind of there, but it's not it's just not.
There's 2 players on B. Yoro has a TP in backside. Oh, okay.
Back in those
But we're
days,
not
had to
we're
hit
not
the
going
mid,
forward.
Right.
How much util did we lose here?
the soul of it.
The stun. We still have aftershock and flash.
Should be oh my.
Oh, oh, yeah.
Gun barrels.
Oh my! I mean,
Try to take
it's
over a
actually not
second
bad.
player.
That's actually not bad. We lost the smokes though.
CL though.
Oh, thank God. Alright, so this is actually pretty good now. It's 4 versus 3 with not a lot of HP on Hyunmin.
Basically just pre-fire, swinging that corner to
Fuck
find
me.
Hyunmin. Keeps him in with a shout.
Sugar Zero is in range of 1 bullet from anything. Into anything. You can hit a classic into his toe and he's gonna die.
Jeez. Another exchange.
Arrgh!
Hermes lurking forward into heaven. Smoke for the exit.
Good entry smoke.
Elbow. Nothing spotted. Bane backside. Bolt line in a flash.
Why are we fighting there, man?
1v1. Absol.
We had the stun as well.
He has been.
Oh, thank God.
Won't be
Nice
able to
shot.
make it happen.
Nice
Hermes
shot.
just
But
looking
I did
snappy
not
with that
exactly
shot.
understand why did we
DRX
just
their
not
second
use the
pistol of
stun.
this set. A much needed round win. They look to run this split.
Let's go. But we needed this pistol round. Let's go. Mako was incredibly vital. If he didn't get 1 kill there, it would have looked very rough.
It's still Sugar Zero
You know?
having to lead the charge at 21 HP. And it took you so long to get over here and to get into this retake. You're kind of having to press, try to set that to half as Absol before you go for the pull-up to try to deal with that, but it didn't matter. That was just a beautiful shot. Really nicely done there.
Zeta farms orb 4 out of 8 on Yoru.
Wasn't any response here from DRX.
Yeah, we're just not risking a Bucky or something, you know?
Hyunmin up onto the Forsaken box.
Jump spot peek out of the smoke, spotted no one, so they're gonna reposition now towards A. But we are like, Waylay spotted that, so we should be going back to B. By hearing the Yoru TP check out of the smoke, we should be going back to B. That's why you see that movement happening on the minimap right now. But I heavily disagree with Hermes pushing now. He still gets 1. But overall, I just want to point out what I always point out. This is not good timing for a lurk. This is really not good timing for a lurk, and it really pains me that we do not understand that.
That goes handed over.
You know, it's like you only want to start lurking, right? You only want to start lurking, Pink. You only want to start lurking in this area if you do pressure already on B.
On the floor is Bane. Good for 2. Leaves it now to Freeing and Mako, both here in garage. The tap.
Nice, good job.
The spray down. Scoop
We
up
only
the
lost 1 gun,
weaponry.
no?
Phantom that Bulldog carried over. DRX.
Why Hermes and Bane is not buying on the second round? Because Hermes is lurking, so he doesn't want to have a gun. Which is, in my opinion, very good decision. Imagine he dies here and he loses a Spectre or something, like, or Stinger, even worse, right? And then Bane is not buying as well because we have 3 rifles and we're gonna be picking them up.
Flick up, catch the jumping Absol.
Hermes looks for info on the side. They're not heading to see if they sack. No.
Huge round right here.
No. What happens is Hermes almost ints on A side, while our team is not doing anything on any other side of the map. His job is to lurk for... His job is not to be a scout. Because then you could basically do that with an initiator that has a drone. That's not his job. His job is to get space after the hit is being done. So that's why he needs to wait for the hit to be done, for the pressure to force rotations. What he's doing is literally incorrect.
So far, not a lick of noise being made. The base comes in. The Stinger able to find the 1, draws out to the Ghost, and won't be able to find much else there other than some damage onto Eco. He's put them in a good position as Mako forward in heaven
We
finds
already
1.
had the
Cheats forward,
breach roof?
finds
That's
the second.
crazy.
XCL dead
It's
on
really
the
good.
floor.
Nice.
Now, Eco and
Let's
Absol,
go.
their positions known, have to retreat. Bonus conversion to come through for DRX.
Yeah, Hermes here. Just being so diligent on that backside ruins Zeta's plans. Phenomenal work by him. This is shades of what we were seeing on Haven there from Zeta. Quick push up mid. I just want to see them go back to a little bit more defaulty. I don't mind being a little bit aggressive on the extremities. These These mid pushes just seem to be pretty well figured out.
Never mind. Okay, I was just about to have that fight in spawn. Both will be able to go their separate ways. And just being able to even find
If Hermes would be like a little bit just more controlling with Sting, he had a chance at getting two. But it was like so scared about the follow-up. So he was just pre-firing.
Energy starting to come back through for DRX.
And for
Been
Mako.
lacking.
And for Mako.
Yeah. So the two carried over rifles.
So we default by smoking mid. We have the lurk set up on A.
Sheriff and a bandit.
Yeah, this is what
You can see this is like the most basic default setup on a Viper since 1998. This allows you when you pop up the smoke, you interval it with the wall, you're able to deny informations for the A players, and now you can threaten pressure on the ramp.
Making their move. There's a smoke there from Sugar Zero to cover that.
Sets up the next one.
So now because of that you see Fade using both dogs and still is not certain about the position. So look, 0 util from the Fade now.
Getting ready to come in, but
And she now has to gamble because there's no certainty. So she's gonna be still aware of potentially this, potentially this.
it's gonna make them think twice about this, but look at ZETA and how they're starting to creep back across, looking for that mid control,
One player spotted on mid.
as well as just reinforcing more towards the A side of the map.
44 seconds, it's still a lot of time to reposition depending on when we get the information and the kill. Because we need the kill now. Yep, that's the kill. Now we have two players there. That smoke from Sugar Zero actually just fucked him over. Just helped us. That smoke from Sugar Zero just helped us. Instead of swinging and trying to get kills, we actually got the position to go back, reposition to B main. This is very good for us. That flash was not good, but it's only 1-for-1. Now we just need to get the... Nice. And we get the plant as well, and planting is being done by Omen. Okay.
Holds down the flanks.
Whew, okay, 8-8, let's go.
8-8.
And you're really seeing the benefits of this double initiator comp for DRX here. They have the drone still in hand to check for these positions, and then you can just smother them out with util. From the Teo, from the breach, doesn't matter.
That flash, by the way, I just want to see, but I think that flash was fucked, no? On the Yoro. Right here. Ah, yeah, see? You have to do it higher. You have to do it higher because, like, the boxes are ending... Wow, fuck me. Sorry for that. Shit. What did I just do? What the fuck? What? What the fuck? Oh, I just closed the entire browser. That's on me. So, he was not blinded because it was behind the box. So, look, over here.
Slotted in just at the front of garage.
What you want to do, how you want to flash with a breach here, right? Is you want to have, this is the box. So you want the flash to be pointed like 2 meters upwards. And then this person cannot dodge this.
What we see on that attacker side.
He still turned? I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously he's gonna try to turn, but
without those big flanks.
at least it will have some effect.
Send one out, just send Shota out. Just Absol or something. Oh, Mako.
They know now that the Omen is... Oh, no. What the hell?
Big misread here.
What?
A free kill handed over.
What's going on here?
Yeah, arms wide open, ready to go ahead and take.
What is the plan?
Mako is starting to find that form once again. Get him out of the equation, get the smokes gone. It's for a much easier time on this defender side.
Did he miss the TP? Or was this smoke not placed for him? I don't know.
Attempt towards mid. Sugar Zero on the raft.
I would have to see his own POV to understand this.
A little bit of extra space on the map.
Mako is not IGLing, it's Bane IGLing.
You know what's going on. Spots 2. Should know they're going ropes.
So he has like full focus on himself.
I'd like to see a quick shift from Shota over towards B, but they weren't able to fully confirm.
Yes, you can, technically.
Sugar Zero's got to go big.
30 seconds left.
Swapping a spike and one.
Okay, well that's a gifted that we very badly needed, by the way. Thank you for that.
On the jiggle peak. Obviously don't have any smokes to try to set up. Alley, and corner,
Thank God we got this, and also that the guy in City didn't actually swing.
That may be fine too.
That's okay, go back now. It's okay. It's 4v3. Just let them go. Just let them go. No need to fucking do anything. Just play your numbers. Just play your numbers. Play contact, play crossfire.
You might think that it's clear. And now the counter
Yeah,
swing is in.
very good. Very good contact play.
Spider errors that are very much spiraling out of control for ZETA at the moment.
Remaining.
Well done.
As it's also just some critical shooting.
And now
remains.
that's a save. We Gucci.
Absol will retreat. Try to keep himself alive, but this time, the timeout call is not going to be working its magic for ZETA. DRX will gain the lead. for
That
the
was
first time
intended.
on Split.
He fought the paranoia, gave him enough cover to do it.
Just gotta wonder
Didn't
a
think
bit,
someone was standing in the open on A
you know,
side.
what the comms are like there, what the decision is
Ah,
like.
Morty, come on, man.
From ZETA, getting
Like,
that info.
every
See
round,
those
Fade is
players
playing
heading
A
towards the
side.
ropes,
Every
but
round.
You don't get any further contact. Like to see a little bit of a quicker swing
30
back
seconds
towards
left.
the other side of the map, but I mean, this is a backbreaker. Hyunmin just takes you out as you're trying to jiggle peek that angle. Maybe a little too wide there for Sugar Zero, but yeah, if you lose Sugar Zero there that easily without even getting the paranoia out, that's a lot that goes wrong very quickly for ZETA. Now
They're
you're
able
on.
to pull off a couple
Yeah,
of
I'd
misses early
rather...
on. Desperate to use one
I
here.
would rather think that Mako just missed the TP and just didn't put it inside of the Viper's orb.
Give
That's
him
it.
consideration. Shota
Because otherwise
and
that
fight
TP
is
is just
noticed.
open to every single position on A and
Yeah, call that
in
A
CT.
main control though. You can lean a little bit heavier towards B.
Nico getting planted forward. Has that Bucky at the ready, and this could just be an easy weapon up.
please, Hammies, don't lurk. Again, this is the problem that we see so often, man. We don't do any pressure, but we start with the lurk. You understand what I mean here? This is literally like a repeating process in so many teams, but it annoys me the most when it's my team. This is how you not lurk.
In towards what could end up being a meat grinder. Absol can offer up some covering fire from in front of garage.
And even more so against the lower buy.
Shifting behind the pillar. As Sugar Zero
That's
has
a
the lead.
nice one-way by Sugar Zero. By floating one-way, guys. Very well done. It's one of the tags of a proper, like, Omen main. Thank God we're getting some kills here, though, so this is still winnable.
The best chance that he possibly can. A 2v2. The haunt goes through.
So now they know information about two players because one shot, the other one was planting.
See if they can clutch
Nice,
it.
they don't play together.
Clutch it, they shall.
Thank God.
Mako with 3 gets DRX to 10.
Oh my God.
Some good little things, but that firepower is back for DRX.
Oh, fuck me. I wanted to show you the one-way made by Sugar Zero because that was very nicely done.
Drift back away. Shifting.
Look, he activated it in the air. We can see it here on the replay. Here. You can see it activate higher than the ground level, right? So it starts floating. And then you see him swing. You see this? He's essentially floating in the air and he creates a one-way here for himself. Imagine he has a phantom here. He probably kills fucking 2 or 3.
Peel off some of this pressure. Reposition down onto the low ground. Sugar Zero tucked it drop. Angle that has to be cleared out, and it is. Hyunmin just peeks through. Cleans up the enemy Omen. 3 players, however, nearby enough.
Mine Omen's not doing this, unfortunately. Bro, 6 years of playing this game. How often do I point out something like this? Probably once per year. Let's go.
Signed, sealed, delivered. First class mail directly to Bane's doorstep.
ZETA has not gotten a single defense run so far. Yeah, it's a attacker-based map. Not by much, but it is. But we also... Yeah, I just wanted to point it out that, guys, we attempted at giving them 2 rounds on their defense. Because in 2 rounds, we lost our lurker as the first death.
Yeah. It's frustrating. I mean, 7 in a row.
What was the Yor doing there? We don't know.
9. They They've just been bullying.
Such a
Sugar
typical
Zero
Yoru
at that
stuff.
master's Position, have DRX. There just isn't much help available. Oh, Absol, okay.
Oh.
Gunman.
To make up for that previous round. That's a hell of a good start to it.
I don't like this because we didn't utilize anything to help him pick that.
Although, a weapon that could be scooped up. Granted, you do have full armor, but
Like, we should have helped a little bit. Like, we didn't use a single piece of util apart from that breach flash that was done like 3 seconds earlier. So that's way too late.
Watching this one here. Yep, they'll make their way across.
Yeah, and now we lost also the outlaw. So please do not peek into that. Thank God we have all 125. But that Omen Paranoia is really bad. Oh my God, that was really well done. But 10 HP, please Mako, stop pushing now. Dude, but what's happening? I need to look at the minimap.
On the reposition, top plat, dancing around, eventually will be eliminated as Eco finds him with the right click.
I legit had no idea what's going on by watching. I had to start looking at the minimap instead.
And Eco just has no idea.
And he's got the Armageddon.
Okay. We had this clutch before freeing when you played from heaven and you had also the drone. How are we gonna play this out? We know we have the ultimate. Either way, this is still a good eco from Zeta. Doesn't matter if they don't win it.
Might just be unexpected.
Okay. Neon is doing Neon things.
The tap coming through, trying to hold it to half and freeing will have him outdone. So very close for Zeta, but still so very far. A perfect second half for DRX. Gets them up to match point.
I mean, so many early advantages now.
I swear to God, every player who's picking Neon just suddenly just stops thinking.
After losing a player or two early, now it's DRX's turn.
I have no explanation.
I think a quick tap there and
try to bait it out.
Yeah. Seen that a couple times.
If you don't hear the Armageddon come through immediately, should tell you as well.
That he's
playing
close.
On the site.
Yep.
It's a lot to consider. These high stress
They
moments.
just ulted mid,
for Zeta,
but they're not reinforcing B.
One more round is all that it will take. Hit Bloom into mid. Youngmin diving forward. And
Why are we not utilizing ults? Hello?
Side, as freeing draws first blood. What could be the last round here? Eco going to be struck down. Convergent path sent. Hinder about to expire. Sugar Zero finding a timing! Has 3 players line up! Looks for the 4th, cannot find it. But now it is just Bane left standing.
We dropped the ball here.
Zeta, a second lease on life. Bane tagged to 41.
Oh, I would drop the ball here.
Hinder about to...
But I just want to... I want to see one more thing. One moment.
Now staring down.
Yeah, so we should read into this by seeing this smoke from the defender. I was like, is this our smoke or the defender? Because depending on who's using this, it shows intent. So once we see the defender smoke being on the right, we should be very aware of that, but we are not. Right? Look, he's gonna even use, I think, another smoke in a moment. Or is he? No, he's actually not using another smoke. He's just swinging out of the same smoke. Yeah. Yeah. Why are we like this here? Like, there was no effect. It was just us being a little bit clueless.
I don't. That last round just. That was wild. Let's see here. You know they're crossing. You know they're going up. So it's going to be on the ZETA. Make sure that that heaven space is clear. Absolutely.
You had it for. What?
Okay. Eventually they find him. I was going to say.
What did Absol do though, bro? What? I need to see that again. Did he not have a TP?
TP. And Sugar Zero quickly. Joining in over towards.
Did I just see this? Did he just realize? Oh no!
A massive backstab move here, given that he only has 10 HP, but he needs for freeing and Youngmin to try to hold the line. The smoke's falling. The wall goes down.
Nice. Let's go. 10 HP. Fire on him. Fire on him aggressively. Let's go. Woo! It was scary, guys. It was scary, but holy shit, we got through.
So well fought. But it is DRX advancing forward and eliminating
I need to see Absol. I need to see Absol. What happened here? He... What? Portal closed. Is it the rocket? Wait.
That was wild.
No, he's just running out of
They're
time.
crossing, you know they're going up. So it's going to be on the ZETA. Make sure that heaven space is
He's just running out of time, bro. He's like completely unaware.
clear. Absol. Oh. A map 1. Good stuff from Freeing too on Split.
Yeah, but a big round of applause to Zeta Division. What a glow up.
Yeah.
I mean, to reach this point.
Oh, you
yes,
watch the... No, I'm not watching the next match because we're gonna be streaming tomorrow. We're gonna be watching DRX tomorrow.
Not in that, 12th, 11th position. They made it further, and they made.
Do we play in the morning again in the first match?
Than we could have anticipated. We're starting to see the inner workings here. We're starting to see a return.
That's still not good, but a bit more excusable.
Back to back.
I mean, it's not excusable, man. If you don't know that your GP can run out in that moment, then you're just not playing Euro enough. That's about it, you know? That's just about it. You're not playing enough of Euro to not know that this is your moment. Or you used it in a bad moment and it ran out because you don't understand timing. Like, I'm stopping excusing like pro players from that stuff. 6 years, man. 6 years of playing this game. Euro is 3 years in that state and people still don't know how to use them.
I'm gonna talk to Teho Goat Freeing. Hello, 안녕하세요. 네, 인터뷰 모시겠습니다. 네, 오늘 승리를 거둔 DRX의 프링 선수 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 승리 축하드립니다. Well done, Freeing. Congratulations on today's win. Now, right off the bat, I want to ask you about the comp change. Double initiators, solo duelist, waylay.
That's what he answers.
When did you guys start prepping for this comp and this change? Because you guys played new comps all across 3 maps. 일단 가장 먼저 여쭤보고 싶은 게 투척 후 원앤트리 웨일레이 조합을 갖고 왔습니다. 근데 또 맵 3개에서 전부 다른 조합을 보여주면서 확실히 좀 변화를 주고 싶었구나라는 생각이 들기는 했었거든요. 근데 사실 일주일 만에 이렇게 조합을 바꾼다는 게 쉽지 않잖아요. 언제부터 준비해왔던 조합일까요?
저번 경기 지고 나서 일단 준비를 했던 것 같고요. 일단은 저희가 원래 조합을 했으면은 조금 힘들 것 같아서 그래도 좀 사기적인, 좀 메타적인 픽이 좀 필요한 것 같아서 했던 것 같습니다.
Well, this change came through after losing the last series for us, and we just felt like playing the original comp or the old comp we used to run would make it tougher on us coming into this week. So we tried to pick some more meta picks and work with it with our new comps. Well, you mentioned how you tried to make it easier by going.
Had to be something lost in translation, no?
But when you kind of take a look at it,
because we
double
definitely
duelist
didn't
and
pick
high
like
tempo
meta
seems
comps.
to be the mainstream meta at the moment, but it looks like you guys kind of stayed away from that.
Yeah.
Decided to slow things down for a bit. What is the plan? Why the comp change specifically? 근데 말씀을 해주셨는데 사실 오늘
I'm
경기도
confused.
쉽지는 않았거든요. 그래서 이게 조합 변화를 주고 약간의 좀 적응 기간이 필요한 건가 생각이 들기도 했어요. 그리고 워낙 현재의 메타는 좀 투타격대 빠른 템포로 교전 중심으로 하는 게 좀 유행인 것 같은데 근데 또 DRX는 직전 경기도 그렇고 조금 더 시간을 두고 천천히 가자라는 생각이 좀 보이는 것 같은 플레이 스타일도 있었고 또 오늘의 조합 변화도 있었거든요. 이 조합의 변화 구체적으로 좀 어떤 점을
That's a long fucking question, bro. What?
일단은 수비는 뭐 알아서 짬이 있으니까 알아서 맞고
네.
공격적인 게 저희는 제가 봤을 때 공격적인 조합이어서
네.
브리치 테오가
네.
워낙 그리고 진입기가 필요한 웨이레이까지 포함을 해서 그래서 좀 했던 것 같습니다.
그러면 이 조합이 훨씬 더 하기에도 편하고 잘 맞는 것 같나요?
저희 DRX한테는 조금 맞는 것 같습니다.
Well, when it comes to defense, we're just like, yeah, we know what to do on stage. We're experienced. You're on your own. Try to defend the site the best you can. When it comes to attack, Breach Teho is super aggressive, and it also creates a easier way for Waylay to enter the site and create space. So for us, I feel like this kind of comp fits DRX style more, and we're feeling pretty comfortable with it. Now, next up will be Full Sense. How do you think this comp, this double initiator solo Waylay comp, would do against a team like Full Sense? 그리고 이제 다음에 풀센스를 만나게 됐거든요. 이 투척후 원타격 웨일레이 조합이 풀센스를 상대로는 또 어떤 경기를 보여주실 것 같나요? 잘 통할 것 같나요?
일단은 저번 경기 때 현민이가 네온으로 조금 총을 쏘지 못하는 상황들이
네.
좀 많았는데 이번에는 좀 총을 쏘는 상황이 많아서
네.
아마 이길 수 있지 않나라고 생각합니다.
Well, in the last series, Hyunmin on the Neon really didn't get a chance to focus on his aim and shoot. But with this new comp, I feel like he's more comfortable and gives him more chance to frag. So I think we
just
would do really, really
keep
well
Neon away from our
against
team,
Full
please.
Sense
Thank
with
God.
the recent changes that we've made. Thank you, Pring, and best of luck against Full Sense. 네, 이렇게 해서 프링 선수 만나봤습니다. 축하드립니다.
So,
And that
matches. Yeah, we're playing at 9 a.m. tomorrow as well against Full Sense. Alrighty. Alrighty. Okay. Okay, then we're gonna see each other tomorrow for that. We're gonna see each other tomorrow for that. Also, by the way, I wanted to see something. Which teams got 3-0'd? So Team Secret got 3-0'd, Varel got 3-0'd, Zeta Division got 1-3'd, and now Global Esports or Gen G is gonna go 1-3'd, right? Am I reading this correctly? I think I am. Let me check the order. Americas and EMEA. Americas has Loud getting 0-3'd, Crew getting 0-3'd, Envy getting 1-3'd, Sentinels getting 1-3'd as well, right? And then we're gonna get those teams getting 2-4'd. And in EMEA, we have Foot Esports going 0-3, Pacific going 0-3, Carmine Corp going 1-3, Wolf going 1-3, and now we're gonna get, oh, we already had Natus Vincere going 2-4, and Giant X going 2-4. Like, I like this upper bracket here. Really, I don't know, man. Isn't 2-3 not 2-4? Oh yeah, right. It's 2-3. Yeah. I don't know why I added it. All good. Anyway, all right. We're gonna see each other tomorrow then. Okay. Love you all. Thank you for stopping by today, and we're gonna see each other tomorrow for another short stream of the next match.